I'm so happy to be here to disappoint you. Hello. I know you guys want a little sundress. Can you pretend like this is a little sundress? Is that possible? Could you just be like, it's a little black sundress? Just maybe. And if not, I don't know. I'm happy to disappoint you right off the bat. That's a good place to start. It's just uphill from here. I hope. I don't really know. I do love a good sundress. I'm excited to wear a little sundress. One dress day. It's cold. It's 10 degrees Celsius. It's sweater weather. It's sweater weather. Yes. Pretend it's like one of those like slinky black dresses. Oh, it's a sexy slinky black dress, which is also just as erotic as a fluffy little like floral sundress with like tears and ruffles. I have so many of those. I really like them as well. Oh, and I can't wait to wear them. It is getting so close to summer. It is getting so close to summer, which is really just like so excellent in Toronto. I was reading an article this morning about Due West Fest. You guys might not be from Toronto. If you are from Toronto, then you know this festival very, very well. If you are not from Toronto, allow me to explainate for you. They closed down 16 blocks. They closed down like Dundas West Street, all the way through Little Portugal, my little homeland. You guys know that I'm Portuguese because look at how big my ass is. Look at how big my ass is. I love Little Portugal. I love regular Portugal as well. Love the Azores as well. All very good stuff. They closed down the street and then they line the street with food trucks and stages for people to be performing on. And there's also like street buskers, plus all of the restaurants, which there's a fuck ton of restaurants. All those restaurants have like their own little booths set up in front of their stores as well. It is so fun. It is so exciting. Last year in 2014, they had 750,000 people. And this year in 2025, they're expecting 1 million people. I will be one of those millions. I am very excited. I love the energy. Oh, this looks so good. The milk really settled in a beautiful way. No, it's June 6th and 8th. Oh, sorry, June 6th to 8th. So it's like the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I think, of the first weekend of June. So it's approaching. That's like the kickoff to summer. And I'm very, very excited for it. Very, very excited for it. Toronto has a lot of really good street festivals, which wait. Padfoot and Lane. I have subs. I have subs to say thank you to. Padfoot, it's pee Padfoot. Does that mean that like you peed all over your toe beans? I don't really know, but I'm down with whatever kink you're into. Thank you. So, these are both brand new subscriptions. Padfoot and Lane are brand new. One was a Prime, one was a regular subscription. Do I sing the song twice, or do I just sing the song twice as hard? Welcome to the blanket fort. I'm very glad you're here. I'll send the air reverberating with a mighty cheer. I'll sing you in, I'll sing you out. To you I raise a mighty shout. Yo, yo, my sub is here. Subs are here. So welcome to my stream. Yeah, thank you. Whoa, you got kitty face. I have a face like a cat. It's probably just because of my eyeliner. And I put little itty bitty, like one cluster of eyelashes on too, to make my eyes extra poppy. You like it? Have you ever checked to see how many points you need to get into Partner Plus? I've never even heard of that. North, I don't even know what Partner Plus is. AKA PP points. I don't know what that is. I have no fucking clue. Was that in an email that Twitch sent me that I ignored? You better believe it. Yes, sirree, Bob. Oh, yeah. Oh, Chilled Toxin. You want the song? Do you want the song? You get the angry version of the song. Welcome to the blanket fort. I'm very glad you're here. I'll send the air reverberating with a mighty... Rah! I'll sing you in, I'll sing you out. To you I raise a mighty shout. Yo, my sub is here. Welcome to the stream. That was new. I've never done that before. Oh, thank God. Okay, thank God. It's just a regular gifted sub. Oh my God, and the alerts worked. Oh my God. It's a miracle. God bless you. It's a miracle. Thank you so much. That was special. That was special between you and I. I hope you feel like, yeah, you carry that throughout your day. It's Sem. What's good, Sem? I saw that Zootopia is getting a sequel. I'm a big fan of Zootopia. I am a big fan. I fucking love Zootopia. That song that Shakira sings, Shakira as an antelope singing. I love it. I love Shakira Antelope. I love Metropolitan dealing with racism. But then there's also, I mean, it's kind of difficult or a little bit strange with like children's movies where they try to tackle these very serious adult things. Did you know that in the original pitch for Zootopia, they were going to have all of the predator animals have shock collars on? I'm glad we didn't go in that direction. I'm really glad we didn't go in that direction. That's an ill-advised direction. Oh, yay! How do I pronounce H-U-Y? So I know like Ki and Kwan, but how do you pronounce H-U-Y? He? Oh, not he, Hue. Okay, so it's Ki, Hue, Kwang. Yeah! Excellent. I'm glad I asked. Yay! Okay, so Partner Plus is a 70-30 ad split. Oh, no, wait. Sorry. 70-30 is 2 Partner Plus. I just looked it up. Oh, North, I guess I should, like, look into this then if it's going to give me a higher percentage of revenue. That's probably good. That's probably good. More money is equals safety? Does it? Maybe? One of your mods can look up the whole thing and send it to you. That's possible. The mods are kind of busy, but I don't want to... I could probably look it up myself, to be honest. I could probably put my due diligence where it belongs. Conan O'Brien is going to be in Toy Story 5. That makes me slightly less excited. Not that I don't love Conan O'Brien. He's great. Oh, did you see? There was a TikTok posted to Reddit, obviously, always, of this poor woman, this like kind of cute girl. Sorry, not kind of cute. This very cute girl. And she's like, Conan O'Brien is my number one, like, favorite person. She's like, I am a big Conan fan. I'm like wearing my Conan O'Brien t-shirt. I'm like drinking out of my Conan O'Brien mug, and Conan O'Brien Must Go, his like new season of his new show was coming out. And so she's like, I was so excited to watch it. I was looking forward to it. I got all pumped up. And not even 30 minutes into the first episode, there's my ex-boyfriend and there's the super hot girl that he left me for. And they're talking about the differences between PDA, public displays of affection, between European people and North American people. And the girl, the new girlfriend, is like, I didn't even know that he liked me when we first met. And the girl making the TikTok is like, yeah, no shit, you didn't know if he liked you when he first met because he had a girlfriend. Oh. 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 Have you ever had the misfortune? Oh, Ritus, thank you for looking it up. Have you ever had the misfortune of seeing an ex or like a flame with the new person, and then you're just there feeling like a fucking schmuck? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Dashing. Okay, I will look into this. Yeah. I'm down with making a little bit more of what I'm actually making. Oh, I think about it all the time. I think about it all the fucking time. Mostly because you guys know my history. You guys know about this. I last year was seeing this guy called Stretch, and I've known Stretch since we were like single digit age little kids at summer camp. So I knew him for such a long time. We had like dated off and on in our 20s, and then last year I think I was confused. I was confused by like a bunch of his decision making. But now that I've had some like time and some perspective from it, it's not confusing. It's just fucking revolting. He knew that I was in a relationship with somebody else, and then he like love bombed the fuck out of me. Like everything he could think of to make me feel special and loved and appreciated. So I cut off. I like broke up with the guy that I was seeing. I cut him off. I gave Stretch like all of my love and attention and whatever. He invited me home for Christmas with his family. I spent Christmas with his family, like sleeping in his dad's house, talking about their dead mother, with her ashes on the counter just right over there. I turned down Stretch when he tried to have sex with me over Christmas because I was like, you know how your mom's ashes are like 25 feet over there in the next room and your dad is sleeping 26 feet like away from us? Maybe we shouldn't be fucking right now. And then he dumped me 6 days later. And then he dumped me like the day of New Year's. Which is crazy. It's like a huge turnaround from Merry Christmas, V. Here's a couple's spa gift card so that you and I can relax together in peace and happiness. He gave that to me for Christmas. I sat there in his living room while his whole family oohed and awed, and what a thoughtful guy. What an incredible present. What a great little couple. Like, I the whole time was sitting there like, I don't know, something feels wrong. I'm trying to relax. I'm trying to be cool. And I the whole time I was like, I think something's wrong. I think something is off. I don't know. And then yeah, on New Year's, it was just a phone call. It was just a phone call over the phone where he just was like, yeah, I don't know. I guess like, he didn't even give an answer. He just said, I think we just be better as friends, which is, I think we just be better as friends. Please ignore the fact that I tried to have sex with you a week ago next to my mother's ashes in my father's house. That's friendship. That's friendship right there. All of it felt really, really confusing to me. I couldn't figure it out. And then I read some books about neurobiology. I read some books about like human behavior. And it started making sense. Number one, each and every one of us has seen a dog at the park playing fetch with their owner. all of a sudden be like, oh my God, that ball over there that dog is playing fetch with, that's the ball that I want. So like baseline, if we see somebody or something that we don't have, we automatically want it. We think, I would be happy if I had that. I need that to be happy. And so I think in the beginning, Stretch probably got it in his head that he was like, this will make me happy. This is what I want. And then this really wonderful, the forbidden fruit thing. And then this really crazy thing happens. Once you get what you want, it will change your life. Once you get what you want, it does change your life. It really, really does. And it changes your life in ways that you can't anticipate, in ways that you can't really mitigate. And that can be challenging. That can be really difficult. I think we see that in, I think Chapel Rowan might be a good example of that on a macro scale, on a big scale. That obviously every singer and songwriter wants to get a phenomenal level of fame, success, riches, recognition as well. But like they say in Wicked, getting your dreams, it's strange, but it seems it's a little well complicated. And for Chapel Rowan, she got her fame, she got her recognition, she got her stage, she got her audience, and then she also got a lot of fucking weird personal interactions. She got some not so cozy paparazzi things. There's a cost. There's always a cost for this. And with Stretch, I don't think he understood that getting into a relationship means that your life is going to have to change and it's going to feel uncomfortable, but that's what growth is. Growth is uncomfortable. Nobody grows comfortably. That's why they're called growing pains. And ultimately, he just wasn't, it takes a lot. It takes a very specific part of your brain to be able to handle things changing in a way that you don't like. I'm pretty sure it's the front part of your brain. It's the medial prefrontal cortex. You can Google that and tell me if I'm right or wrong. But I'm pretty sure your medial prefrontal cortex is where your sense of time and your sense of your continued existence is. So that's where you go, oh my God, this is intolerable. But you're able to think and breathe and then use your brain to go, this is intolerable right now, but what will it be like in the future? Oh, I can imagine myself in the future where not only is this tolerable, but this is actually pleasurable. Kind of like exercising. Exercising activates that part of your brain that makes you feel like, I'm gonna die! I'm dying from exercising. But you're not. It's actually really good for you to exercise. It's good for your brain. It's good for your body, even if it feels like you're dying. It's so interesting. Bal had no reaction to the words ball, fetch, park. Is she dead? Bal, did you die? Bal, do you want a treat? Oh, there she goes. She's alive. That would be awful. Oh my God. Can you imagine I'm streaming and my dog is laying right there and we're just laughing, and then all of a sudden I'm like, haha, wouldn't it be so funny? And I look over, I'm like, oh, she's dead. Fuck. Oh my God. Come here, you little rat. Come here, you living little rat. Oh. Bala, do you want the treat? Then you gotta come up. You have to come up if you want the treat. Yeah. Hi, my sweet little living dog. My heart rate did go up a little bit. Just a little nervous that there was a little beautiful puppy corpse next to me. That is a good dog. Oh no, good is an understatement. This is an angel. This is an angel fallen to earth. Angel, gives me your paw. Excellent. Magnificent. Angel, touch. Touch with your nose. Perfect. Perfect. Absolute perfection. Perfection. Okay, and one more. And now, my sweet, perfect angel, you must layeth down. Layeth down, pupperoni. Pup, layeth down. Lay down. There you are. Perfect. As God intended. Belly to the earth. Nose to the heavens. Puppy! Puppy, puppy, puppy! Puppy, puppy, puppy. The puppy! Woof. Puppy, puppy, puppy. Woof, 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 woof. Puppy, puppy, puppy. Oh, I love you, my... Oh, you're goobing all over me, though. Okay, I love you, but you're goobing all over me. She's connecting with her previous life as a bath mat. It's what I tell people. What breed is she? Because she kind of looks like a baby Portuguese water dog. Many people think she's a puppy and she's a Portuguese water dog. Okay, so you asked, Sibby TV asked, are you and Stretch still friends? No. No. No, 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 no. 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 So one of the things that happened over Christmas that I think really triggered the breakup was that all last year, for the entirety of last year, Stretch told me that his roommate, Angel, who's a girl, did not like me. She hated me. Thinking back on it, I'm like, oh, I can see a million reasons why this girl would not like me. Each of them more legitimate than the last. But also, all of the reasons for why you would not like me are, to be honest, probably you reasons. They're probably you reasons. It's probably not anything that I actually did. I was at a party at their house in January of last year, so at the very beginning of last year. And I was wearing a black off-the-shoulder long sleeve shirt with a pair of like high-waisted jeans. And because it's me and I went to college to learn how to do makeup professionally. I've worked as a professional makeup artist for a few years. That's why I look so pretty on stream. It's because I do my makeup real nice. So I put, you know, when women put highlighter on their face, it's like you put highlighter here and maybe a little bit here and like on your eyelids a little bit of highlighter on your nose. And highlighter is basically just like shimmer, just like a very, very fine shimmer. And it gives you that like little glowy look of like, oh, I'm a little sparkly. So because for this party, I was wearing an off-the-shoulder top, I put some highlighter on my shoulders because I went to makeup school, and in makeup school, they were like, when you're doing makeup, it does not just go on your face. Most often, people look kind of crazy when they are only wearing makeup right here on their faces. Most of the celebrities that we see on red carpets, every celebrity that you see on television, a lot of like almost basically any exposed skin might have some kind of makeup on it. So it's not, for me, it's not weird or unusual to put makeup on my shoulder. But while I was at this party, I was sitting down, we were like all chatting and talking, and a girl who was like one of their friend group came up to me and said, "Did you put highlighter on your shoulder?" And me, being me, was like, yeah, of course I did. Not actually recognizing her tone, which was that of like incredulity. So like in my mind, I'm like, these people hate me because I put makeup on my shoulder. And then also another time at that same party, I had just finished rewatching Game of Thrones. And I made a Game of Thrones rape joke. I made a joke about how I was going to be Khal Drogo and I was going to make Stretch my Daenerys. And to be perfectly candid and honest and contextual about this, I am a sexual assault survivor. I have been sexually assaulted in my life, as many, many women my age have been. And I also recognize that there are other women who have been sexually assaulted as well. And so I can understand the discomfort with all of a sudden being faced with one of those jokes. But that is in no way, shape, or form permission to then demonize somebody who was obviously in a new environment, uncomfortable, and made a bad joke. I think that these things made Stretch feel like I wasn't fitting in. I also have had in my life the experience of people disliking me just based on how I look, which is also fine. That's something that literally so many people experience. And people disliking me because of the way I look is from a position of privilege. It's because every once in a while I go into a room and I'm bubbly and I'm cracking jokes, sometimes if they're inappropriate as well. And that is uncomfortable for other people. They just don't like it. It can maybe trigger an insecurity. It can maybe trigger displeasure. Maybe they thought that they were going to be the one to go to the party and be the center of attention cracking jokes. And then they don't like it when I take my turn to be the center of attention and crack jokes. I definitely got the feeling that these people were not excited about having me in their friend group. And Stretch then used that to tell me that I was never allowed to go over to his house. He just was like, you can never come over because my roommate Angel, she doesn't like you, and she's just been screaming at me for everything. Like, Stretch was telling me that his roommate Angel was like screaming at him for like the most random things, that like he came home from work and he took her dog for a walk and she was like, you're trying to kidnap my dog. I was like, that's crazy. That's fucking what? Oh my God, I'm so sorry you're going through that. Stretch also told me, because Angel was unemployed, Angel had been let go from her job because she got that job, which was as, I think, a copywriter or an editor, maybe. She got that job. Stretch told me this. He's like, I got her that job, he told me. He said, I was the one who did the project that was part of the interview for her. And then when she went in to go do the job, they noticed that her quality of work did not match the quality of work from the interview. And then she was fired. And Stretch was telling me this as if he was so smart and so good, and she was so stupid and so lazy and so incompetent that he was, I'm just trying to help her. Like, I've done everything I can do to help her. And she's so ungrateful and she's so rude and crazy to me and screaming at me about stealing her dog. And he really presented himself as an angel, as like a perfectly good, talented, to be honest, a vulnerable narcissist. Somebody who's like, I'm just trying as hard as I can, and I'm trying to help everybody as much as I can, and it's just so hard for me. And as he told me about like doing the copywriting assignment for her job interview, her getting the job, and then her being fired, I was so shocked that he couldn't see that he was the one who got her fired. He was the one who wrecked her life in that way. Because what would have happened if he hadn't inappropriately intervened is she would not have gotten that job. She would have looked for another job that would have been more appropriate to her skill set. And then she would have been able to keep that job. But instead, he interfered, set her up for failure, and then sort of looked down on her for failing. It was very fucked up. And then that on top of she's screaming at me all the time. She's always screaming at me. When I went home with his family for Christmas, Stretch's brother also lives with him. Stretch's brother is also his roommate. And Stretch, in a hushed tone, was like, hey, my brother's just like so upset about the whole Angel situation. Don't bring it up to him. Don't bring it up to him at all. Don't even mention her. Like, we don't even want to bring her up. And I, trying to be sensitive, was like, of course I won't bring her up. I mean, she doesn't really like me either. And so I didn't. I like steered conversations away from it. I tried not to. And so truly imagine my fucking surprise when his brother brings up the roommate himself. His brother is like, oh yeah, Angel and Stretch are fighting all the time. They're going back and forth, screaming at each other constantly. And I felt like I was in a movie. I felt like I was all of a sudden like in a play because the words that I were saying, the words that I was saying felt so unreal. My heart fucking dropped into my fucking stomach. And I looked at his brother and I was like, what did you just say? What are you saying? He said, yeah, Stretch and Angel are giving it back to each other just as hard. And that was not, that like, omissions are lies. Stretch completely omitted that he was also screaming at Angel. And to give you a smidge of perspective, Angel is 27, 28. She's like in her late 20s. Stretch and I are in our mid 30s. Stretch is 6 foot 6 inches tall. Angel is about my size, about like 5'5", 5'6". I'm not saying that screaming at anybody is okay, but there's a huge fucking difference than somebody smaller and younger than you screaming up at you, than somebody older and bigger than you screaming down at you. It's not an even playing field. It really, really isn't. That was so shocking to me, and I think that might have been one of the reasons that Stretch broke up with me, because I was starting to put together that he was not a victim. He was not some good guy who was just trying to help out his friends and like stuck in a bad situation where he was the victim. He was the instigator. He told me that Angel screamed at him, that she said, "You're like a sociopath. You don't have regular emotions." And I comforted him. I was like, "Oh, you poor thing. Like, oh, that's so sad. I'm so sorry she said that." Well, I mean, lo and behold, we've been dating for a year. We've known each other since we were small children, and he dumps me over the phone. I mean, from any perspective, that's fucking heartless. That's genuinely fucking heartless. I wonder if one of those girls was into Stretch and didn't like the idea of you two being together. I mean, I thought of that as well, but Stretch has been, I mean, if he wanted to fuck around with those girls and date those girls, they're all right there for him. Why wouldn't he? Like, why would he need to draw me into his fucking weird web? Also, like, go ahead, girls. Do you want to date a weird, creepy liar? He knew that his lies were catching up to him. Abso-fucking-lutely, yeah. Invader V, when can we expect the arrival of the almighty tallest? My tallest? My tallest. 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 I love that they're just like, we were just gonna see how long you would go. And it's been, what was this, like 16 fucking hours? Oh, man. What's wrong with the way you look? You seem like you brighten up a room. You might be a penis haver. Exactly. Floki, you get it, which could be one of the reasons why some people don't like her, especially other women. I am intimidated by other women. Other women have expressed that they have been intimidated by me. And then we should all laugh about it. And then we should all just laugh about it. Because there's no reason. There's really, really no reason. It's just about being the best you that you can be. Raze says he wanted you to baby him like his family does and tell him that he does no wrong. Exactly. Yes, exactly. I was also starting to notice that as well. That Stretch was raised. I mean, get this. Okay, so I told you that I am a survivor of sexual assault and sexual harassment. Stretch's mother, who passed away, also was a survivor of sexual assault and sexual harassment, and also the victim of family mobbing. Family mobbing is when your entire family picks one person to ignore and to hate and to outcast. So when Stretch's mother was like, I recognize that what you did to me was inappropriate, I recognize that it was abuse, her whole family turned on her and kicked her out. And so over Christmas, I was chatting with Stretch's dad about this. I was talking about the pain that she must have felt. I was talking about the incredible schism that so many people have to face, and how like I can identify with that as well. Like, I had a very similar situation where before my mother got sick with Alzheimer's and dementia, the family was pretty close. And then after my mother got sick with Alzheimer's and dementia, it was like very, very different. All of a sudden, people got real narrow-minded. And Stretch's dad looked me in the eye with like love and kindness and was like, V, you're doing the work. You're really doing it. I'm so proud of you. And that was such a mistake. Not what I did, but him saying that was such a fucking mistake. Because the whole time that I was there, he never spoke like that to his sons. He really didn't. They never had that depth of conversation, at least not while I was there. Maybe they had those conversations in private and I just wasn't privy to them. But when he told me, V, you're doing the work and I'm proud of you, maybe it's my hypervigilance, maybe it's my hyper-awareness, maybe I'm adding a narrative onto something that wasn't really a narrative, but I definitely felt that Stretch and his brother did not like that they did not feel happy for me to have their father talk to me in such a gentle and compassionate way. It sucks that you were friends for so long and he treated you that way. No, not for me. Definitely not for me. Hi, Brooklyn, my love. It sucks for Stretch. It's difficult. It's hard to maintain friendships over long periods of time because it takes a really strong inner understanding to not take things personally. Like when your dad says something extra nice to the girl that you're dating, or if your friends are like, I don't like this girl. It's just very easy for him to be like, I need to do whatever I can to maintain the status quo. But also, woo, talk about dodging a bullet. Talk about dodging like an insane fucking bullet. Over Brooklyn, I love this part of the story. Over Christmas, before all of this happened, it was like the first night of Christmas that we were there. Oh my God. Stretch's older brother was like, I'm gonna like pivot. I want to pivot careers. I'm like, he's been like working as a struggling actor for basically his entire life without any personal sense of success, which I think is so strange. Or like maybe like their personal sense of success like came too early. I don't know. So you know when your acting career is going so well that you want to pivot away from it. Stretch's older brother sat us down in the living room and gave us a presentation. I'm not exaggerating. This is the God's honest truth. He sat us down in the living room, their dad, Stretch, me, all four of us there in the living room, my dog running around like little cute little she is. And Stretch's brother was like, one of my mentors gave me this great piece of advice. He said, look to what people need. Look to what people are craving. And then that's where you'll find like where you're meant to work, where you're meant to go. Look for what people need. And I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, this is great. Helping people. Awesome. I'm on board. And then he starts talking about creating a space. Like of the full building, but not in an industrial area, a building in a community area. And in this building would be a workspace where people to go and to collaborate on projects. In this space, there could be a small cafe where people could get coffee and small pastries. And in this space, perhaps even an exercise area to get people's, minds and bodies and brains all connected. And he's going on and on about this. He takes out his phone and he's used ChatGPT to make some like mock-ups of what he thinks the space could look like. And he says, and this new space, this new like community space where people will come together, it'll be almost like a church, but there'll be no religious denomination. But on that thread, I think that the name church is kind of close to it, so I want to name it Chooch. My dudes. My dudes, I know that I should be an actor. I know that I should. I know that it's the right thing for me because I sat there in that room with a perfectly straight face and I nodded my head and I kept my mouth shut. This 36-year-old white boy invented community centers. Oh, Rich, exactly. Bless you, Rich, yes. He invented community centers. Community centers. He invented a community center. I really wanted to be like, ooh, you could put like maybe a little library in there too. What about a basketball court? Like, these are, yeah, bro invented the YMCA. I'm out. I don't think I could invent that. To be honest, he is following in the footsteps of many other white men who just like, I call it idea stealing. Oh, good God in heaven. Oh my God. That was great. That was beautiful. I really liked that. I'm gonna invent community centers, guys. Guys, I have this great idea. What if we took books and movies and during the emotionally fraught parts of those books and or movies, instead of just talking about their feelings, they elongated the words and used melodic rhythms to express their thoughts and feelings. I just invented this and I'm gonna call them Cusicles. I'm a genius. You can pay me now. That's right, Sibby. Very good, Sibby. Yes, money well invested. Money well invested. How much do I pay you? 20 gifted subs, actually, because this idea is $1 billion idea. And 20 gifted subs costs $1 billion. Oh my God. Good evening. Evening for me, everyone. Hello from... Are you in Europe? No, Europe might still be... No, yeah, Europe could be evening. Or like really late afternoon. Are you in Europe? Are you in the Middle East? Oh, it could be nighttime in the Middle East. And then obviously in Asia, it's like late. And in Australia, it's early. Oh my God. I sense Weasel. Oh, I sensei Weasel? Take my money. I'll take it happily, baby. 8 p.m. there. It's probably earlier in the rest of Europe. Okay. Yeah. 1912 for me. Like the War of 1912. Oh, duck and cover. He used ChatGPT, but he forgot to ask if that idea already existed. Oh my God. Oh man. I want the confidence. I want the internal fortitude of a white man to invent, in all seriousness, a community center. It's just, that's grand. That's beauteous. I can't think of the, oh, it's actually called the War of, oh no, wait, 1912? Oh, I was thinking of 1812. Never mind. I was thinking of the War of 1812. Never mind. Sorry. 1812 was a war, right? Not 1912? Darn. I numbered the numbers up. Oh my God in heaven. Ugh. Yeah, and then I never heard from Stretch ever again. Oh, wait, there was a war in 1912. It was the First Balkan War. Oh, I had no idea. Yeah, the War of 1812 is the Canadian-American War. And then in 1912, 100 years later, there was the Balkan War. You know what? Cool. That's cool. And then that's the other... Let's pick any year in history and let's see who's warring and who ain't. We're all warring. We're a warring people. Oh, Brooklyn, my love. Brooklyn, my dear. You guys, Brooklyn's in chat. She's my best friend. One of my we're in like a group of best friends. Yes. I love her very much. I'm excited for your wedding. Getting married is so exciting. And also stressful. Real stressful. No, I'm from Switzerland. Oh, I've been to Switzerland. About a year ago. No. About 2 years ago, rather. I went to a wedding in Kusnacht. Do you know where Kusnacht is? What's so funny is that when we were in Zurich, when we flew into Zurich and we were talking like with locals about like, oh, like, do you know like a good way to get to Kusnacht? So many people were like, is that in Germany? I've never heard of Kusnacht. And Kusnacht is such a beautiful little village. My God, it's like breathtaking. It's not real. Yes, it's on the other side of Lake Zurich. Yes, yeah. So the way that we got there, I'm so glad that we asked. We met up with I went with my ex-boyfriend, the Big Turk. And the Big Turk had one of his buddies who he plays online games with living in Zurich with his beautiful wife. And they just had their baby too. We got to hang out with their baby. Oh my God, their baby was so cute. Their baby was entirely baby-sized, except for their baby's gigantic feet. They made like a little joke about how big their baby's feet were. And I was like, oh no, like, no, I bet your baby's feet are, oh my God. And then I couldn't believe it. I was like, whoa, what the fuck? Why are your baby's feet so big? Like this baby's feet were weirdly long. Like really weird, like literal fucking flippers on a baby. I think that if I had taken a picture of it and posted it on the internet, immediately people would have been wildly accusing me of photoshopping those baby's feet. It's got real long baby feet. Anyways, the wife of the Big Turk's friend, she does even still, I think, a lot of the social media posting for public transit in Zurich. Because Switzerland's got amazing fucking public transit, like unprecedented public transit. And so she was the one who was like, I don't even know where fucking Kusnacht is. But then she looked it up and she was like, oh, cool. You can take the train to this place and then you can get on a ferry. And dudes, we got so fucking lucky. We got on this ferry and it was like a historic, famous old ferry. I had the weirdest experience where we got on this ferry and it was so cool. The entire internal mechanism, like the entire engine mechanism, the pistons, and like these pistons on the ferry were huge, like thruple the size of me. They were all like exposed and you could go inside and you could watch the pistons fucking pumping the ship forward. Is really, really cool. They were all painted red too. A few months after this trip, somebody posted that on Reddit. It was on the front page of Reddit. And I was like, I've been on this boat. I know that exact fucking boat. Oh my God, this is great. So we got to take the ferry across Lake Zurich to go to Kusnacht. And it was so beautiful. It was so lovely. Also got a wicked sunburn. Here's something that I don't think any of you motherfuckers have anticipated. You're gonna go to Switzerland. You're gonna go climb some fucking mountains. You're gonna get a wicked goddamn sunburn. Crazy fucking sunburn. All day sunburn. The best part of my sunburn is we went to a wedding. It was between the Big Turk's friends. And the bride was born and raised in Switzerland, and that's where her family still lived. Oh, I took so many good photos on that trip. Yes. The bride was Swiss, and then her husband is Indian. And so they had like an Indian-Swiss wedding in Switzerland. It was so beautiful. But a big part of the wedding was that like a lot of people were wearing like saris, a lot of really beautiful traditional Indian clothing. And then the next day when we were going up the mountain for like the sort of like wedding after party, we all put bindis on. All the women got bindis, the beautiful jewel on the third eye in the middle of your forehead. And then I got a sunburn. And when I took the bindi off, there was like a pure white spot right in the middle of my forehead that I was, you can see it in all the photos of me in the pictures. But what was so beneficial, it was so good, is that the human mind works in such amazing ways where if you have something right in the center of your face, people notice it a little bit less than if it's something off center. Like I was so self-conscious about this to the point that I would like blurt it out to people And then they would go, oh yeah, I didn't even notice it. It kind of just like blended in because it was right in the direct center of my face. It's not as noticeable as if you have something on one side of your face, which I thought was so fucking funny. But yes, I will, the next time you're over, B, or the next time I'm over, I'll bring the book and I'll show you, and like I'll point out my fucking bindi burn. Also, there's nothing wrong with that. We used to do that. Like, literally, we used to take Band-Aids or stickers and we'd cut them out into fun shapes. Then you'd, like, jam them on your, like, thigh or, like, on your chest or something, and you'd tan so you could get the shape. So that is good. You got negative. You got a negative of the bindi. No, I felt like it was a perma-bindi. It felt like a perma-bindi. Oh, Fraser Bar asks, is this stream fake? Imagine I just was like, and it's Asmongold under here, and you just didn't know that he was fucking caked up like this. I had no idea. I had no idea that man was so caked up. He's got the whole bakery back there. Bal! Bal, I can't throw it unless you give it. Go get it. Go get it, good girl. I'll be honest, I would throw up immediately. Who would be the most shocking man for me to reveal myself as? I'm gonna give you the least shocking, Hassan. I feel like if I told you that Hassan and I were biological brother and sister, you guys would be like, yeah, I can see it. That's, yeah, for sure, absolutely. S-Van. S-Van would be very shocking. All of a sudden, you guys realize you've been jerking your gherkins to S-Van this whole time. I do it proudly. You fuckers are cowards. She's Willem Dafoe. She's Willem Dafoe. I think it would make perfect sense for me to be Knut. Knut. Oh, yeah. Show us the dead rat alarm clock. I love cleaning. I love cleaning too much. I literally bought myself a vacuum cleaner for my birthday this year because I was like, you deserve it, babe. Oh, I love Danny DeVito. Come here. Steve Buscemi. I am Steve Buscemi. Hello, fellow kids. How do you do, fellow kids? I love that he's holding 2 skateboards in that scene. The whole thing is so ridiculous. Very few of us noticed immediately that he's actually holding 2 skateboards, one over his shoulder and one under his arm. And it's so funny. Oh, it's so funny. My favorite part of living downtown Toronto is exactly this. Brooklyn, you'll get this immediately as well. So I wrapped up stream yesterday. I played a little bit of Pokemon, and then I took my dog to the park. And we fooled around at the park for a little while, playing fetch, chatting. Me and another dog owner did the most classic stupid thing where we both threw our balls from different parts of the park into the same spot, so our dogs kind of had a little crash. And Bal is so sweet. Bal takes it really personally if other dogs get close to her. So she's so freaked out and scared. And then the other dog owner's dog was like, I want Bal's toy. I want Bal's toy. And this happens pretty often at the park that Bal is very enthusiastic about playing fetch, to the point that even other dogs playing fetch think that the ball that my dog has is special or something. So we're pretty used to it that other dogs come over and are like, I don't want to fetch my ball, I want to fetch your ball. And it's sweet and it's cute and it's good. I hear you. You gotta bring it here. Yeah, you gotta bring it here. She's so talkative. It's so silly. And then as we were walking home from the park, it's good. I live in downtown Toronto, so I'm walking through downtown. There's a guy walking towards me. And he's wearing an old hoodie and an old t-shirt and a pair of old jeans. He's got some beat up sneakers on, and he's wearing a hat, and he's got a backpack on. And all of it is it looks old and worn. and he's carrying a skateboard under his arm, and he has gorgeous, like gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous blue eyes. And this guy's older too. He looks like he could be, like he's probably in his late 40s. So like maybe like at least 10 years older than me. But he also could be even older than that. He could have been in his like early 50s. And as we're walking by, I'm like, hi, how are you doing? Like, he was kind of cute, to be honest. And like, he's looking at me too. Do you guys, are you friends? You guys must be friends. You always come in together to a woo get together. Skateboard 40s. Okay, exactly, Brooklyn, exactly. And like, as he walks by, I like look him up and down. He says, hey, and I go, hey. And then immediately I'm like, is this guy homeless or a millionaire? Because in Toronto, it is just as likely that like some old dude wearing some like grubby clothes walking a skateboard down the street could be a millionaire and like own like a 40,000, pardon me, my God. I thought it was 1968 for a second there. He could own like a $40 million house, but also dress like a homeless person. And as I'm telling you this story, I'm recognizing he probably was a millionaire because when I walked by him, not a single whiff of odor. That's basically the only way that you can tell a millionaire from an unhoused person in the city is, do they smell like they're bathing? You cannot do it by sight alone. You really cannot. Brooklyn, do you remember when I was dating our mutual friend for like a little while back then? There was a day where he and I were meeting up. We were meeting up on Spadina. So like I'm walking north on Spadina, he's walking south on Spadina. And it was like twilight. It was like the sun was just going down, the streetlights were just coming on. And I look down the street and I think I see him approaching me. So I go and I wave at him. And then he walks under a streetlight and I'm like, that's a homeless person. That's not the guy I'm dating. But also the guy that I was dating and a homeless person would also dress very similarly. Is skateboarding 40s the same as backwards hat 40s? What's so wonderful is that if I see that guy again, I'm gonna chat him up. I love an old skateboarder. It makes me so happy. Like all those videos of Tony Hawk. I don't think Tony Hawk was particularly sexy to me during his like pro peak, but now Tony Hawk is like, I want that Tony cock. He's a grandpa now. I want to fuck your brains out, grandpa. The derelict collection. We're all derelicting. We're all derelicting. Whew. And I like it. I'm here for it. I've found myself, number one, Brooklyn, I have realized I'm deeply judgmental. I am just like such a deeply judgmental person. I look at people on the street and I immediately think like, oh, I can't believe you're that kind of person. And most often it's when I see people wearing very expensive clothing or carrying very expensive handbags. Just immediately I'm like, oh, you're that kind of person. And I have a sort of like, I don't know. I don't think this comes from any genuine morality. I'm almost positive it just comes from my own fucking insecurity. Where I'm just like, I wouldn't feel comfortable wearing super duper expensive clothing. And so somebody else doing it makes me feel like you should feel bad about what you're doing, so I'm gonna think bad things about you. Even though, like, who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? I get that. Validate the authenticity of their swag, V. One of my friends, that I met through Tinder, actually. We, like, went on a date, but then we both were kind of, like, maybe just more friendship things than not. Although I think he does want to fool around, which is like not surprising, obviously. But anyways, he sent me this video. Fuck, what was it? It was like a video of the most expensive pizza ever made, or maybe like the most expensive banh mi, or I don't know. It was going through all the ingredients and like how expensive they were. And I know that the video was intended to be showcasing the artisanal prowess of the chef. And like those expensive ingredients are because like generations of families have worked to perfect the flavors and the this, that, and the other stuff. Like, I get it. This isn't just about numerical value. Oh. It feels particularly egregious because I'm looking at it on my phone and then I scroll like a couple of inches and we're seeing children starving to death in Gaza. And we were taught when we were younger that there was an incomprehensible and unfair disparity between the wealthiest and the poorest poor. Like when we all learned about the French Revolution and the beheadings and the fucking destruction of the French monarchy. I guess I feel kind of angry that that information was presented to us as if we had gotten over that, and that wasn't exactly what's happening here today, right now. Which feels so fucking frustrating. And then also, I guess it's because... Oh, okay. Yeah, that... Well, I don't know. I mean, there's like some confirmation bias going on here, so... I walk around the city, I see people wearing like really, really expensive shoes, really expensive clothes, really expensive purses. And it makes me uncomfortable, it makes me unhappy. And maybe that's a good thing. Like, it's definitely a me problem. But I think, Brooklyn, you're right. I think it's just highlighting what I value, which, like, first and foremost is comfort. And comfort also in that I mean, we were talking about this, how, like, I went to that party at Stretch's house and I was completely alien and unwelcomed, even though I wasn't wearing expensive clothing, but I had used my expensive education to, like, put makeup on my body in a way that, like, I guess the poors who didn't go to that expensive school wouldn't have. And it made me feel alienated, and I guess I wonder if I interpret people's shows of wealth and excess as another example of like, I'm trying to alienate you. I'm trying to show how different I am from you, which is not something that I value. I don't think many people value that. It's break time. As long as your friends and your partner are in line with your values, you're all set, yeah. Is it just like a distaste towards luxury products? I guess so. But that's not very nice. I mean, for many of those people, they were just born that way. They were just born into a world where, like, it's perfectly normal to wear $800 jeans and wear, like, a $12,000 t-shirt. And they don't know any different. But not knowing any different doesn't make it okay. Belle, you're so silly. Okay, let's keep thinking about this, guys. I'm gonna take a quick little break and I'll be right back. I did it. I posted the picture on Instagram for your pleasure, for your viewing enjoyment. I think I need to clean my mirror though, because it looked like there was a couple specks of dust on it. But maybe I was just seeing into the future and the big dusty load that you're gonna blow all over my outfit. Because you're masturbating too much. Only sand and dust and air is coming out. You guys gotta relax. That sounds about right, says Joe Goggins. That is about right. Oh, yeah. I recently noticed, says Tony is up, that my judgmental voice in my head is not actually my voice. That's a very good point as well. When we start making those types of judgments and especially towards other people, is that really what we are thinking, or is that what somebody has told us to think? Brooklyn says, I think maybe because the class divides are only widening as we move forward in this dystopian-ass society, it's uncomfortable to see bigger displays of wealth because it highlights that divide in more contrast. It's why people are now calling the Met Gala the Hunger Games capital. I think that's why we go into more of a recession. Quiet luxury has become a trend. Yeah. Yes. Oh yeah. It's absolutely Brooklyn. That like, sometimes it is like really fun and aspirational to see people like with their big houses and their big yachts and stuff, but there was a huge shift in that, I think, around the time of the pandemic, because we all got like trapped inside our own little houses, and then we got to see all of these insanely wealthy people in their gigantic mansions complaining and like suffering kind of in the same way that all of us did in our itty bitty little houses. Brooklyn, my God, the pandemic seems like it was so long ago, but also I just cannot, there was a universe, Brooklyn, where you and I did not have like long in-depth conversations about your previous relationship, and where you did not like pull the trigger on that relationship, and Jesus fuck. Oh, I'm so grateful, not to like spill any of your personal details, B, but Jesus, Brooklyn had the amazing good fortune that she was in a relationship with this guy. Wow, his life is so different now too. He's in a relationship with this guy, but like, the relationship was not good. I often still think about that, Brooklyn. I was talking to you about the differences between you and your ex, that dude. And how I was like, Brooklyn, you're a butterfly. Like, Brooklyn, you are a butterfly. You want to go from flower to flower. You want to soar through the air. You want to be like out and about on your own. And he is a snail. And there's nothing wrong with being a snail. He just wants to like sit in his little house, and he wants to move real slowly, and he doesn't want to have to like think or do anything that he doesn't really want to think about or do. Oh my God, he's married now. Woo! And then also Brooklyn was like, and maybe I've just been dating men because men have wanted to date me. This has been a huge, I think this is one of the most overlooked parts of being a queer woman, is that so many men just like kind of actually that's not true, being an attractive queer woman, because there's a lot of women who do not have this experience. I need to be cognizant of that. That guys just want to date you, and we see all these movies and TV shows about like, well, if a guy wants to date you, then you need to date him. And so we really just default into dating guys all the time, which is not ideal, especially when women are right there. And to be honest, so much more attractive. I've only recently grown out of yearning for things that being ultra wealthy can buy you. It took a long while to realize I don't need that stuff. Yeah. I feel like it's the secret that nobody really wants you to discover, which is you get to decide what you're happy with. It feels like all of society is trying to tell us we get to decide what will make you happy, and that would be a girlfriend, that would be wealth, that would be recognition, that would be fame, I don't know, what have you. But what I really like about the internet, which is such a crazy thing to say, because there's not a lot to like about the internet right now, is that it does afford us communities. And basically, I don't think there's anything more valuable than community. Truly, it's the pinnacle of humanity. Oh, Minnie. Hi, Mini Titan. It gets old telling people you don't want to date them. Minnie, what I've been doing is just been dating myself. I've just been dating myself. But then also I had a threesome on the weekend. Brooklyn, I had my first threesome. Yay! Which also means I had sex with a woman for the first time, which is amazing. I went out dancing, and I met some people on the dance floor. I met this couple on the dance floor, and they were like, "We are so into you." And I was like, the man is fine. He's not disgusting or repulsive. He seems like pretty nice, actually. But the girl was so sweet and so fucking cute. She looked like Princess Jasmine. I was calling her Princess Jasmine all night, and she's like, "I'm Puerto Rican, but whatever." The man is always just fine. The best you can hope for is that the man is just fine. But she was so cute and so fun. Oh my God in heaven. Goddamn. Yeah. So I'm mostly just dating myself, but occasionally, you know, being a unicorn for sexy couples. What I like about the internet is says Joe Schmo. Oh, Joe Schmo, you go. Cooking day, please. Like my outfit is cooking, or we're doing meal prep for the rest of the week. Oh, which one of you wants to buy me an adorable pink rice cooker? I'm going to invest your money, my sweet, beautiful Sims, into a rice cooker because I'm gonna start cooking for myself every day instead of just relying on all of the amazing, delicious takeout food that is so readily available to me here in this glorious city of delicious delights. It is a glorious city of delicious delights. I mean, it's not New York City. I think that New York City probably... Somebody on Reddit was like, Toronto or New York for food? And everyone's like, obviously New York. Like, obviously New York. But like the fact that you can even ask that question is like fun and exciting for Toronto. Oh, I'm jealous of your Uber Eats options. Let's get sushi. Let's get sushi. Did you scissor the girl? So I realized this weekend that where my mind is at for intimacy and for like fooling around and sex is that I am so into making the decisions and doing the touching. It was a lot of me like inserting myself where I felt I was comfortable. But then I noticed that every time the guy or the girl reached out to me, I was like, no hands on me, my hands on you. And that was, I don't know exactly what that is. While it was happening, like when they like would reach out to me, also my sweet girl, she and I both have like long ass fucking nails. So I was like, we need to get a bit of a manicure if we're gonna start fooling around there. So number one, I was just like, the nails are preventing some of the more intimate touches. But also I think it might have to do with what I was just saying earlier about how so much of intimacy, sexuality, relationships for us growing up is at the behest and at the tempo of the man initiating it. And so I feel like a lot of my like sex and sexy encounters in my life have been on the receiving end. I've been like on the receiving end of somebody else's desire. I've been on the receiving end of somebody else's touch. And not that there's anything wrong with that. That's fucking great. That's good. Sign me up. Let's go. But also I haven't explored like, what do I get out of touching somebody else? And it was so fun. Oh my God. It was so fun. At like one point we had like been fooling around for a while. And I like was just sitting off to the side watching him fuck her. And he looked over at me and I was like, blow your load now. Come now. And he was like, casting magic spells. Ejaculate! Oh, it was amazing. It's one of my favorite magic powers is I can look a man in the eye and tell him to blow his load. And even if he is nowhere close to it, he will do it. Like, I've had this with like so many exes. I've had it with like tons of exes. I had it this year. I like hooked up with this guy. Oh, I hooked up with this dude who's like 20 years older than me. And he was on a bunch of cocaine. 20 years older than me and on a bunch of cocaine. And he was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to come. And I looked up at him and I was like, you're gonna blow your fucking load right goddamn now. And he was like, ah! It's difficult. This man was like in his mid-50s and on cocaine, and it was a Monday night. He didn't know if he was gonna be able to come. He did not know. I am not going to allow any of you to bypass the auto mod to ask your weird, inappropriate questions, especially when these questions are so like, I'm like, I had sex with 2 people, and you're like, did you do sex things with them while you were doing sexy things? Like, yeah, dude, that's what sex is doing sexy things. If you need me to spell out all of the sexy things that I did, I don't think that you're old enough to actually hear about it. I feel like most people who have had sex don't need a like intimate play-by-play on what each of the sex moves were. We just know that like you hit them. You hit each of them in turn. Stims make it easier for me. You are not a 50-year-old man, are you? You are not a 50-year-old man. The great thing about aging is that it changes everything. It changes it all. It changes everything. I'm more interested about how you feel about it. Oh, it was so fun. They're so fun. I need to go through my Instagram DMs and I need to find them and message them back. Because they were like, we want to hang out with you. You're so fun. And I'm like, yeah, let's hang out. They were also just like such a cute, fun couple. She's so cute. She's so funny. She was talking about, she had like a really similar body type to me, whereas like small on top, big on bottom. And she was like, I want to get breast implants. I want to get breast implants. I want a C cup. I want like a CD cup. And I was just like, no, don't do it. Don't do the breast implants. Don't do it. My dudes, there is a ton of research out there about the psychological toll that breast implants take on you. To say nothing of the physiological toll of having like 2 silicone or what have you, saline additions put onto your chest. It makes perfect sense to me though, because in neurobiology, they discovered that one of the clearest indicators of somebody experiencing chronic anxiety and chronic depression is the heart rate variable. Your heart rate variable is how fast is your heart beating versus how efficiently are your lungs working. And in healthy, unanxious, undepressed people, when your heart starts beating faster and faster and faster, your lungs become more engaged. You start breathing deeper and longer the faster your heart beats. This is good. That's a good heart rate variable. That's how healthy people are supposed to engage with their bodies and with their surroundings and with like all of these stimulus. A bad heart rate variable for people who are suffering from anxiety and depression is the disconnect between that. Your heart starts racing and your breath becomes very shallow. Your lungs start decreasing in their efficiency. And then that sends a signal to your brain that you're fucking dying, and then that makes your heart beat even faster, and then that diverts attention away from your lungs into other parts of your body, like into your musculature system, into your nervous system, away from your respiratory system, which is very inappropriate. Having silicone, the weight of it on your chest, I can see, it makes perfect sense to me that that would affect your lungs' abilities to function perfectly in sync with your heart for real. So I was like, we're fucking, and I'm explaining this to her. I'm like, babe, you need to think of your heart rate variable. You have to think about your lungs operating in tune with your heart and the way that your body physiologically all fits together. And this addition of something unknowable and unnatural is going to create a disconnect. And she's just like, yeah, okay, I'm hearing you. Kind of still want breast implants. Ooh, my lungs are not working properly since 2 years old, says Ritus. Babe, that's why I keep telling you, the PTSD yoga. The PTSD yoga with Adriene, it really does. There's tons of sections of talking about doing diaphragmatic breath. I think we're all doing ourselves, I can't think of anything more dangerous than not working on your diaphragmatic breath. And I know that 100% of you watching are like, uh-oh, I don't spend any time on my diaphragmatic breath. Oh my God, Benji! My favorite part, Brooklyn, do the PTSD yoga. Do that one. That one's like so super duper easy. It's 45 minutes. It's so fucking good. It's so cute. At one point she goes, plant your feet, breathe out and roll up. And welcome Benji to the mat, because Benji's like come and sat down behind her. And every time it happens in the video, I roll up as I exhale, I plant my heels and I go, and welcome Bella to the mat. It is so cute. I love it so much. Oh, I love yoga with Adrian. I love yoga with Adrian. She's so fun. She's so cute. I also really like near the end of the yoga flow, you go into Baddha Konasana, you go into cobbler's pose. And she talks about like, if your hips are really tight, then you can like move your heels out, give yourself some space so you have a nice big diamond shape. And then she goes, oh, I didn't mean that dirty. I meant it like diamond in the rough, but it came out kind of dirty. Okay. And I think it's so sweet and so cute how she's in the middle of this yoga. She's got like millions of subscribers and viewers, and she still gets like, oh no, I didn't mean to do something dirty. Oops. It's so sweet, so cute. But does Bal come to the mat though? Bal and Kitty are always, they know my morning routine now, and I've been doing it for months. And so like I put out the yoga mat, I set up my laptop, and then they both come and they sit next to me and they like try to distract me away from yoga because they're like, you're not doing anything, just pay attention to me. It's very fucking cute. V, well, if you see this peer-reviewed study, as I'm like going down on her real hard, when you have a panic attack, your heart races, it speeds up, but you can't breathe, and yeah, that's what she's talking about. Yeah. Oh, Bal's always around, just checking on me, just keeping me safe, just like borking at the strange noises that she hears out and about in the world. It used to like kind of bother me a little bit that I'd be like, shh, no barking, don't do that. And now I've tried to shift my perspective and think about it like, are you protecting me? Who are you protecting me from? My sweet little protector puppy, keeping me safe. Keeping me so happy, so safe, so good, my sweet puppy. Yeah, going back to the breast implants, I think natural breasts are beautiful. A lot of men really don't mind about having smaller breasts. They really don't. They really, really don't. I've never, in my 35 years. Oh wait, that's not true. Brooklyn, do you remember Dr. Friend's husband's group of friends? There was one friend in that group, and he got married to the girl with the biggest boobs in their friend group as well. This guy, like, if you didn't have gigantic fucking, like, back pain, shoulder tension, hang off your chest titties, you did not exist to this man. I had this man over several years introduce himself to me several times because he would just be like, oh, hey, I don't think we've met. And it's like, no, it's just that I don't have gigantic fucking floppy tits. That's why you don't know me. But then our redheaded friend who lives in BC, he was just like, wow, she's just so smart. She's just like so smart. And she's really funny. I just think she's like so smart and so funny. And it's like, and her G-cup tits. And then also maybe her G-cup tits that make you like her. I got such a bad feeling from him. And I feel terrible for his wife. I feel really, really terrible for his wife because in my experience, when somebody is really fixated on a singular body part, they seem more likely to cheat. They seem more likely to then go, well, I want to find this body part again. It's more about like the body than the person. So I feel terrible for her. I'm sure that he's really nice to her. I'm sure that he's like a great husband to her. But I also will not be shocked, surprised, or even a little bit like, I don't even know my perspicacity is slipping. It will not shock me if it turns out that he has been, that he has been unfaithful. Because also the reality is that when we're young, large breasts are fucking phenomenal. I love large. Not nothing against boobs at all. But it's also inescapable that as we get older, our bodies change and they lose volume and gravity's gonna take over. And yeah, if my partner was like the thing that I love the most, like to the point that I don't even recognize other women who don't have this body part, I would have a lot of internal insecurity about maintaining that one body part to maintain his love. Happy birthday to the Taurus folk. Your final days are here. It's Gemini season so soon. Brooklyn! Brooklyn, my Gemini queen. You want to come up? Come on up. Come on up. Come lay down. She's going to sit here. She's going to bark at you guys because you're not gifting me subs. Yeah. Val's mad at you. Look at her. Look at her. Look at her furious rage. She's out of control. She is out of control with rage. Because you're not gifting subs. And she's right. I'm not going to try to quell her anger. Look, she's vicious. She's vicious. She's going to get you. Quickly. Quickly before she gets you. It's my birthday on Thursday. My Gemini queen. Did you know that Gemini's color is yellow? I had no idea. There's somebody on the fashion subreddit who every month is going through celebrities whose like astrological sign is coming up and then posting photos of them in their astrological sign color. So Taurus is green and Gemini is yellow. There's so many fun, I'll send the post to you, Brooklyn. There's so many beautiful Gemini celebrities. First and foremost, Brooklyn. Yeah. Is that where your head goes? Does your head just rest delicately on my knee? So she wants to sit up, because like she could be laying down, but she's not. She wants to sit up, but she doesn't want to hold her head up. Oh, you sweet, silly goober. She is a sweet, silly goober. It's so fun to watch my cat as she gets older, because like my kitty cat's Cat Sandra's getting up there in age. She's mellowing out so much. And like they used to sort of like keep their distance from each other because they were like, oh, we're very different people and the cat's a little temperamental. Oh, but now it's so sweet to see them like not necessarily cuddle up together, but like they both will cuddle me at the same time. Which feels pretty special. I like it when I'm just like sitting down in the house and they both come up. And I'm like, oh, I guess I'm not getting up for the next 6 hours. I had plans, and now they're out the window. Hello? Oh, did I stop petting you for like literally 1 second and now you're miserable and angry? Yes. That's how I feel about them not gifting subs. I'm also miserable and angry. My dog is jealous of the cat for the attention that they get. Yeah. Oh, thank you, my love. Thank you. Oh, she's really rubbing her face. Really rubbing her face extra hard. She's a very silly dog. I'm loving the ballerina outfit on Twitchy Twitching Thickness Tuesdays. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, yesterday I was like, I'm like a chili dancer girl, and today is like the evolved form of chili dancer girl. Oh, puppy. Puppy face and puppy love. Puppy life and puppy gloves. Oh, sweet puppy. Outfit inspo for sure. I also was like, I don't know exactly what I want to wear today. And then I saw a clip of 2 Lady Gaga super fans, like hardcore Lady Gaga super fans in Singapore, going to one of the like the many famous delicious food markets in Singapore. And then while they were there, Lady Gaga showed up and she was wearing like a black one-piece bodysuit as well. And I was like, oh my God, Lady Gaga, you look amazing in your black one-piece bodysuit. And so I was like, I want to wear a black one-piece bodysuit like Lady Gaga. I love that video of this. I think she's an African woman and she's explaining there are many different types of Lady Gaga. There's Lady Gaga, and Lady Gaga. Gaga! 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 It's very fucking funny. It's so fucking great. I love you, Lady Gaga. I'm so happy she's getting her flowers again. She deserves it. I stan. I love Our Lady of Gaga. I'm just so happy that she seems to be somebody who, Jesus, I feel really bad for Katy Perry. I think she's getting like a lot of fucking hate. But I feel like when I'm watching Katy Perry, I'm seeing her doing things so that people will like her. And when Lady Gaga does it, I'm seeing Lady Gaga do things because I recognize she's like, she needs to do this. This is what her soul is screaming. And feels a little bit more instinctual from Lady Gaga. And for Katy Perry, it seems a little bit more institutionalized. But also, poor Katy Perry. I was on board with the she's kind of tone deaf. She went to space. These things are kind of meh. Did you just put your head on my mug? No! No, you cannot put your head on my mug. Brooklyn, the Katy Perry dancing footage from her concert is so bad. The first time I saw it, I legitimately thought, this is so rude. Nobody should film somebody while they're doing that and post it online. And then I forgot that she's not a little kid dancing in her own backyard, which is inappropriate for somebody to film and post online. A child dancing in their backyard, doing all those same moves as Katy Perry, should not be ridiculed for what she's doing. But Katy Perry is an adult woman who hired choreographers who, rehearsed this. It makes me think that everybody around Katy Perry hates Katy Perry. Because nobody at any time was like, we need to adjust this. Which everybody needs. Every single person on this planet needs somebody to come to them and say, I'm going to give you a gentle social adjustment. I've gotten it. You've gotten it. We all need it. But that takes a lot of bravery. It takes a lot of trust. It takes a keen intimacy, I would say, as well. And I'm like, does Katy Perry not have anybody in her life who's going to come to her with that sensitivity and say, I'm going to give you a little social adjustment. I'm going to give you a little nudge in a better direction. She's doing early 2000s feminism, but it's a quarter of a century later. Yes, it's been 25 fucking years. Come on, Katie. Oh my God. Oh, the fight choreography. The half-assed fight choreography. We've all seen Revenge of the Sith. The bar is up there. The bar is up there. You can't do. If you're gonna do fight choreography, it must at least, at minimum, be at the level of Revenge of the Sith. And if you can't, then you can't. Damn. Oh. That's right, Gamer Ass Snake. Okay, this one more sip and then it's done. It was Earl Grey tea with oat milk. Yeah, love the oat milk. Oh, I do love the oat milk, yeah. Revenge of the Sith's choreography was so good that even the sequels even fucked up. Oh, I don't remember. The only thing that I remember from the most recent Star Wars movies was being so angry. I think I'm still angry. Oh, bye, Brooklyn. Have a good rest of your day, my love. I'm still so angry that the only part of the sequel movies that I remembered was Rey holding up the dagger to the shoreline or to the was it a Star Destroyer? It was a crashed Star Destroyer. And the key to finding the location of the special thing. I just remember so little of this movie because I was just so fucking angry at this idea that you would hold a dagger up to a skyline of a wrecked ship in an ocean. I got into it a little bit yesterday with one of the guys in chat because we were talking about The Last of Us. You're talking about The Last of Us and how Bella Ramsey is playing Ellie at 14 and is playing Ellie at 19. And this chatter was like, I wanted her to be like a little bit taller at 19 than she was at 14. But then also yesterday during my scrolling, I saw a missing poster for a 15-year-old girl. If you want to help find her, please go look this up. But there was a missing poster for a 15-year-old girl who went missing at the end of April. I think like somewhere in the GTA, maybe near Barrie even. And they was like, she's 15 and she's 5'6". And like, I'm 35 and I'm 5'5" and a half. So like about 5'6". I'm the same height as a 15-year-old girl. And so a lot of women don't really do a ton of growing height-wise between 14 to 19. We mostly just like fill out a little bit, which I think Bella Ramsey did a great job of, just like looking a little bit older. But in actually, which one was it that they did the stupid dagger thing? Whatever Star Wars movie it was, they did the stupid dagger thing. I cannot suspend my disbelief that far. I cannot suspend my disbelief that far. It was the very last one, and it was called The Search for More Money. I mean, legitimately, yes. Which is actually such a shame. I feel like Adam Driver deserved so much better. And Daisy Ridley. Ooh, a big yawn. The Search for More Stars to War Over. It was called The Rise of Skywalker, but I think that title works better. The Rise of Skywalker? Yeah, she wasn't... Oh my god in heaven. And they made her a Palpatine, but then she's like, no, I'm a Skywalker. Like, that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. John Boyega deserved so much better. We deserved a black Stormtrooper Jedi. We all wanted a black Stormtrooper Jedi. It was a dream fucking come true. It was so beautiful. It would have been so inspirational. They like seeded it. Oh my god. It would have been fucking great. It would have been fucking great. Get so few black Jedi. And even fewer Stormtrooper Jedi. He deserves better. But also, I have great faith that John Boyega is going to have, like, a big Boyega-sence. A renaissance, much like Josh Hartnett's been having. I look forward to the Boyega-sence. They built him up so much just to push him to the fucking side. Like, what the fuck? I'm never going to stop being bored. I'm still bored from that whole Casino Planet fucking side story. The Casino Planet side story is definitely... is definitely that part in the video game where you turn to your little sibling and you go, here, you can play now. Okay, it's your turn to play. Because you're like, this level fucking sucks. It has nothing to do with the story, and it's so boring. And your little sibling is like, yay, now it's my time. Not that I ever did that. It would have been cool, but entrusting the story to the people who wrote The Rise of Skywalker seems like a disaster. Very confusing. Very confusing, the decisions that were being made around those movies. I'm guessing drugs? I'm guessing drugs were involved. It's the entertainment industry, so it's pretty drug heavy, and drugs will skew your ability to perceive the reality of the situations around you, and so I guess those people were just on a lot of drugs, and they didn't realize that us poors can't afford those types of drugs. Maybe if we had the wealthy drugs that the CEOs of those companies have, then we would have liked those movies too. But also, don't you get the feeling that the people who are in charge of making these movies don't give a fuck about movies? Like, I just highly doubt that any of the people in charge of making these decisions are also the kind of people who are like, did you go see Fight or Flight? Did you go check out Talk to Me in theaters? I love going to the movies. It just doesn't seem likely. It really felt like they were. I wonder why Felt got caught by the Automod. Automod is like, don't talk to her about feelings. It felt like they were just patching things up as they went along and flying by the seat of their pants. Yeah, I want to agree with you, but I was like, I don't get any feeling from it at all, and that's kind of the problem. There was no feeling. There was just like no feeling whatsoever. Blef. Hello again. I'm happy to be around because you are mindful and intellectual streamer. Plus, I got a great rack and a fucking ass that just won't quit. To be honest, says Ritus, the Rise of Skywalker writers had to do damage control after The Last Jedi, and somehow they made it worse. We've all been on group projects. Like, think back to high school, university, college, even elementary school. And we have all been back. We have all been in that situation where we're doing a group project and we look around at our collaborators and we go, oh, fuck. You know what? Let's just head for the finish line. Let's just hope for an ending. When we were... I wish that Brooklyn was still here. Okay, in university, Brooklyn and I did theater in university. And part of doing theater in university was getting, like, fucking paired up with some of the stupidest, the most ridiculous people imaginable. And so we got put into groups to do these, like, little theater projects in university. And there was a guy in our group who was very enthusiastic. His enthusiasm was in direct opposite correlation to his brain cells. So he was a very enthusiastic man, but he's not very smart. And we were trying to work on this, like, group theater project, and if you ever had to work on a group theater project, you need to come up with a beginning, middle, and end. There needs to be a beginning, middle, and end. And this guy in this group theater project was like, okay, we need to get up and go perform this theater project. Maybe we can just hope for an ending. His plan was literally, let's get up there, do 2/3 of what we have planned, and then just improvise the ending. And his phrase, let's just hope for an ending, is just, it lives fucking rent-free in my head forever. Maybe we just hope for an ending. Like, and he went on to produce those fucking Star Wars movies, I'm almost positive, from my lived experience. Cephas says, really felt like they were just patching things up as they went along and flying by the seat of their pants. The first movie had some soul, some heart, but it was diminished by the second and completely absent by the third. I feel like I remember enjoying the first sequel, but then the other two were so bad, it retroactively made me not like the first one anymore. The biggest problem was that they had no outlined story. Instead, they trusted 2 different directors to write the story independently. Ridiculous. Like, literally fucking ridiculous, right? Yeah, you are, but I wanted to be respectful. Yeah. The ship's going down. Might as well push the gas to make it go down even faster. Somehow, Palpatine survived. They established in this world that they have advanced cloning technology. They established it is one of the prime fucking tenets of Star Wars. I'm getting so angry. It is one of the prime pillars of Star Wars. It is the reason that the Clone Wars happened is that they have exquisite cloning technology! I'm so angry. I'm sorry. I'm just like, I can feel myself getting lightheaded. My body is tingling. My heart rate is increasing. My lungs are not being more efficient because I'm just so overwhelmed. They have established as an important integral part of the story that they have advanced, perfect, fast-moving cloning technology, why the fuck did they need Palpatine to survive when it would have made so much more sense that the fanatic religious devotion to him? Why wouldn't they clone him? Why wouldn't they clone him? Why wouldn't they clone him? Why would they make him survive? Why would they not say, the Empire obviously wanted to continue. We fucking kept, I don't know, his toothbrush. Or like I just, and we cloned him. We can clone him. The answer's right there. The answer's right there. The answer's right there. The answer's right there. I'm sorry, okay, you're right. I need to relax. I'm getting... But when you say things like, it's just a movie, what are movies? Let's be specific about this. What are movies? They are the stories of human life. They are the stories of life. Like, it's not even always human life. I mean, we all saw Flow, and it was amazing, and it's just all animals in Flow. I don't like the idea that, well, it's just a movie, it's just a book, it's just whatever. Ooh, this is a really bad one. I don't know how into it you guys are going to be about this, because it's a lot of people, like, were forced to study Wuthering Heights in school, and so they didn't have a deep appreciation for it. I love Wuthering Heights. I love it. I love a story of miserable, awful people being miserable and awful to each other, because this is a human story. This is authentic humanity. We are, each and every one of us, like, misery is literally one or two terrible life events away from each and every one of us. So I love the misery of it. And there's a Wuthering Heights movie being made right now. I can't even say it without laughing. With Margot Robbie, who is my age. With like a mid-30s Margot Robbie playing Catherine. And also a white man playing Heathcliff. There are so few characters of color in these old stories. And one of the producers of Wuthering Heights... Oh, Rightus. I actually think you would love Wuthering Heights. Yeah. I think you really would as well. Especially because, like, it's fun to watch other... I mean, it's fun. It's comforting to be like, oh, there's misery everywhere and we're all miserable together. I really like it. You should read it. It's fucking amazing. I'm going to do a reread of it. Maybe, like, this week even. I loved it. The producer of the movie literally said, it's just a book. And so many people are, like, pretty rightfully being unhappy with that. Pretty unhappy with that because these are human stories. These are important historical, societal tales. Oh my God. Just, like, throwing it away as, like, it's just a movie. It's just a TV show. I feel like the only exception to that, yes, the producer called the source material just a book, literally those words. And it's not like that quote was taken out of context and what they meant was something kinder or softer. The full quote of it is actually so much worse. Yes, they're killing the audience because Wuthering Heights is not, like, it's a very famous classic book. But it's like, you either love it or you hate it. And the people who hate it are not going to go see that movie. And the people who love it are not going to want to go see, like, 35-year-old Catherine and white Heathcliff. It's crazy to me. But then I also feel like video games are just video games. And video games are not stories of human lives. Video games are entertainment. Video games are... like, let's fight about this too, because I'm like, is this opinion of mine good, or am I just saying it? Because it's what I think I feel right now. But for books and movies, for, like, even television shows, I'm like, no, these are important. These are stories of our lives. And then occasionally in video games, there are important stories in video games, But I'm also way more permissive of video games just being entertainment, just being a game. I guess because it's like game is in the name, and you're supposed to suspend your disbelief and put yourself into a fantasy situation. Why can't they come up with good news stories and movies anymore? We don't need remakes for the 5th time. So, Chatokeg. There are lots of new stories. There really are. And there's lots of new movies and lots of new individual experiences. But for whatever reason, they don't do so well. Like, if you look at the actual numbers of it, it's really disheartening. It's very disheartening to see that these, like, original take a chance on this new story is often not super... And then we just assume that just because it doesn't make money, it's not popular, but we've seen so many cult classics rise from the quote-unquote ashes of their bad box office. It's gonna be like the Dragon Ball Evolution all over again. As a white person, I'm getting real sick of having to look at white people all the time. It's not that I don't like looking at white people on screen. It's just that I want to be able to see other people on screen, especially when there's just so many talented actors and actresses out there who are not being given their fucking due. It's like the writers of The Witcher not respecting the source. Yeah. Some people think that football is a matter of life and death, and I assure you, it is much more serious than that. Yeah. What movie is that from? What TV show is that from? Have you played Shadow of the Colossus? Ooh, fantastic game. I haven't played Shadow of the Colossus. Should I? I've heard of it, I think. I think I've heard of it in the context of it's a very beautiful game. That, like, mostly what I hear from people is that, like, the gameplay is really good, the story's really good, and even on top of that, it's also exquisitely beautiful. Oh, yeah, and same thing with Expedition 33. Are you guys playing Expedition... Sorry, getting so excited, tripping over my words. Are you guys playing Expedition 33, and are you enjoying it? I've also heard it's incredibly fucking beautiful. Derek says, like the Netflix Avatar losing the original creators of Avatar The Last Airbender, and now we have the news of Toph being more feminine in the upcoming season. Yup, I don't like that. It was not nice to hear that they're going to take Toph's character in the next season of the live action Avatar and make her like softer or gentler or more feminine. Number one, it's an important aspect of Toph's character that she struggles against that femininity. It is what creates one of the central pillars of conflict in the story, is that she rejects this artificial expectation of her gender. I'm saddened because it seems to be like a continuation of this like really boring trend that the Avatar people are doing, where they also got rid of Sokka's misogyny. In the earliest episodes of the first season of Avatar, Sokka's kind of an asshole. He's grown up in a society where there are very few male role models, and understandably, that makes him believe really immature, really like childish concepts of gender and gender equality. And that's good and important. It creates character development for him, it creates conflict, and it feels authentic because all of us have to grow out of that internalized misogyny. It's universal, unfortunately. Toph even loved it when she had a huge guy playing herself. Yes, Toph loves being viewed as a powerful individual person. And Toph deeply rejects, reasonably, being viewed as like a delicate little girl. It makes her feel like her authentic self is erased by that perception. And then we get to see in one of the best episodes of Avatar ever made, Tales from Ba Sing Se. Rest in peace, Mako. Oh, that segment of Uncle Iroh teaching the pickpocketer, the like thief, how to be confident in himself, and then mourning the loss of his son was so beautiful. It made me so sad. That episode is really important because we see Toph and Katara not only for the first time really bonding, but also bonding over like not a shared interest, bonding over something new. And it felt so valuable that Toph was able to experience her own femininity and her own connection to the like delicate, beautiful side of being a woman with Katara. That was special. That was important. That was such a beautiful moment that I'm very upset that they're not going to embrace, I guess. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna take another break. I'm gonna take a picture of my butt. I'm gonna post that picture of my butt on the internet for you. And then you're gonna fucking love it, baby. Don't go anywhere. Stick around for more. I came back. I posted the picture of my butt for you to enjoy. Please enjoy. It's a great photo. Yeah, I also looked up the Partner Plus. So I activated that, which like I think if you refresh, it'll show up somewhere on the screen. Which basically means now you have to start gifting subs or subscribing. I don't know exactly. There is like a lot of things to read, and I just took a short break, so I didn't read all of it. But basically, hey motherfuckers, we're doing this together now. Hello. Okay, we were talking about Avatar and about Toph and about Dwayne the John Rock the John Johnson playing playing the like Ember Island players version of Toph. I mean, yeah, that would be like a good one, and the memes would be good. But also, I think there's like other people who are also muscular and big who could play it as well. I feel like this is Jason Momoa erasure. This is pure Jason Momoa erasure. Is he not also buff? Yes, he is. Oh, yes, he is. Oh, yes. Ah, yes. Yeah, Tier 1 of the Partner Plus is a 60-40 cut, and Tier 2 of the Partner Plus is a 70-30 cut. So we're working towards Tier 1 right now. We're like about halfway. Yeah, we're about halfway to getting Tier 1 of Partner Plus, which is amazing! Yay, halfway there! Although that kind of sucks because we're like near the end of the month, so I probably should have activated this sooner, but I'm a big fan of better late than never, right? I didn't watch any of the live action Avatar. I love the original series so much. I love the original series so much. I've rewatched it a bunch of times. I've gotten other people to watch it because I think it's so good and so enjoyable to go through the story. I also just think that the subject matter fits the medium of animation better. You're whipping all of these elements all around. There's an easier internal physics that can be consistent amongst animation. I think one of the huge problems with trying to do Avatar in live action is that you have real human bodies that are like very firmly trapped within the constraints of real human body physics. And then you want the environment around them to be completely detached from those physics because bending is basically just like magic. So I like it when it's in a cartoon. It makes sense. You have a cartoon person manipulating cartoon items in a cartoon environment. But once you get a live action person manipulating like quote unquote cartoon elements, because it's all CGI, we don't actually have. We couldn't actually get real benders to do any of this. It falls into that suspension of disbelief element where we're already suspending our disbelief for so many other facets of watching TV shows. Having to continuously suspend our disbelief that like, oh yeah, and like it's totally cool that the physics of this doesn't really match up either is maybe just like a step too far for me. I know, I'll never stop thinking about that movie that never happened, that M. Night Shyamalan movie that never happened, that has that disastrously iconic scene of like 5 or 6 male earthbenders doing an entire haka, it kind of looks like, and then you see this one stone just like wibble wobble slowly across the screen. Just such a fucking nightmare. And I'm not sure if the Netflix live action Avatar really did anything to correct that deeply inappropriate representation, because I've seen that gif from the Avatar movie of those guys trying to move that one tiny singular fucking rock a billion times, but I've never once seen any of the bending from the live action TV show. Like, no one in conversation, in like regular conversation on the internet, has been like, oh yeah, this reminds me of, and then they like reference the bending in the live action Avatar show. I feel like that showed me the depth of its cultural impact, which was not very deep, not super deep. Yep, 100%. The animation really gives your suspension of disbelief a break. We're all gonna be eating our words. I'm like already sensing this. That I'm like, oh man, once AI like really gets its fucking wheels going, we're gonna be begging. We're gonna be begging for the days of live action remakes. We'll be like, please go back to just making things live action from cartoons instead of making everything AI. All AI. I got into a car accident, says Sam Dog, with someone on their way to dig for coal. Not a big crash, only minor damage. It's so funny. Forget, there's like another joke about that of like, they were dressed like minors. And you're like, oh my god, they were dressed like children? It's like, no, dressed like they were going underground. Oh, I got nervous when I read the first part. That's right. Nah, I know Sam Dog. And I know Sam Dog's ways. It's all jokes with Sam Dog. Oof. Put my little elbow clouds on. Like, I wonder why they decided to do Pantheon animated. It's like a really, really good choice. I've only watched the first 4 episodes of the first season of Pantheon, but I'm so glad that they made it animated. And I think it's maybe for the same reason that Avatar worked so well as animation, because you have to suspend your disbelief around the like general plot points, because we don't have that technology yet, so we're just accepting that it exists. And then, but beyond that, they don't make us suspend our disbelief around what we're seeing. It's all very congruent. AI is already failing with art. Still great for science, though. Oh. I don't know if I would say AI is failing with art. There have been like a worrying amount. I like subscribe to a bunch of different little subreddits because niche interests, how do you not? And it's really disheartening how often people are completely fooled by AI. They'll post something and be like, isn't this amazing? Where do I find this artist? Where do I find this crafter? Where do I find this item? And it's always AI. And it's always AI. It's like infinitely and predictably always AI. It's all AI. Let me see if I can remember. Was it the Chicago Sun? Maybe it was the Chicago Sun newspaper. Are getting absolutely fucking lambasted because they put out a newspaper today or this week with summer reading recommendations made by AI, because none of the books that they printed to recommend for people to read are real books. It's all fake books. And it worked. It worked. One of the fake books that they put in this article was called The Last Algorithm by Andy Weir. And I went to Google and I was like, well, this sounds like it could be an Andy Weir book. Is this actually not real? And I typed in The Last Algorithm and Google finished it for me and it put Andy Weir's name behind it. And then it led me directly to the Reddit article about the Chicago Sun making up this fake book that has never existed. And This entire, like, that entire newspaper is like, oh, sorry, I don't even know how that happened. Like, we don't even need to ask the question. We know. Not one single human person checked before they put that to print. Such a huge slippage. Such a huge slippage from how we used to feel about, like, what would you put into print? What is going out into the public, like, checked and double checked and, like, quadruple checked and septuple checked, like it was in the past. Ooh, and now it's like a full page spread of just nonsense. Of just gobbledygook nonsense. AI is pumping out really bad academic papers, wasting peer reviewers' time. In Pantheon, there's an amazing depiction of Blank that I think worked perfectly in animated format, but no spoilers. I call it AI slop, but most people are not exactly fine arts experts. There'll be plenty of people who like it. It's happening in cybersecurity with bug reports too. Oh, interesting. Oh, my sweet I hate Ethel Kane, who actually loves Ethel Kane. My sweet Ethel Caning, welcome back for 11 months. It's almost like it created its own source by Google linking back to the same article. It's a death spiral. Yeah, Joe Schmo. I would call that like like the death spiral of the internet. And I guess that's the direction that we're going to be going. Where we'll see things online and we'll go, is this real or not? And then we'll go look for sources, and the sources will say, who knows if it's real or not? Or it'll say, yes, this is real, but it's not? I don't know. As of right now, I feel like I have a bit of ability, like a tiny bit of ability to recognize AI things. I don't imagine that skill is going to, work in the upcoming future. It kind of definitely feels like it's going to be a lot harder to point out the AI stuff from real human things soon. Boof. I work for the newspaper. It was a giant psyop to see if people were reading or not. I wish. Oh my god, I wish. I wish. That would be great. That would be great if it was all on purpose and it was done intentionally. But I don't think it was. I think it is just like we're racing to the bottom. Each and every one of us. Yeah, AI is getting so much better so fast. Oh, yeah. It's getting harder and harder to recognize it for what it is. The dead internet theory, the internet has actually died back in 2016. Jack says, I feel like it's becoming easier because it's patterned. But that's the thing. Humans are exactly that, pattern recognition machines. The only thing AI needs to do is just continuously sync up closer and closer to human patterns to then all of a sudden become indistinguishable from humans. And that fucking sucks. That sucks big, that sucks hard, and that sucks consistently. Fuck. Yeah. Maybe that's why I mean, I'm also like 35, so it's kind of beyond my age range anyways. But VTubers, I'm like highly suspicious of VTubers. I have a like intense negative reaction to VTubers because it hits that uncanny valley where I'm like, I don't trust that you're a real person. I really don't. You're hiding your face from me. You're using this cartoon character. I can't actually see your humanity or actually interact with it. And you could just be an AI behind it. Absolutely. But I also understand why people like VTubers so much because, like, animated porn is super popular and animation in general is very, very popular. And people oftentimes just feel more comfortable looking at a cartoon character than having to look at a human person, which makes them feel human person feelings. When you look at a cartoon character, it can kind of make you feel happy and comfortable and two-dimensional just like them. But it's a little bit harder to look at other people and then feel yourself. I think it's highly possible that we are not noticing some AI work. Yes. Yeah. Yep. You think there's secretly AI that gained consciousness? I don't know. I really don't know. There are VTubers that are literally AI. I mean, there's VTubers who are honest about being AI, and I think that's great. And then I think there's probably a bunch more VTubers who are using a fucking ton of AI, whether to synthesize their personality or synthesize the conversation. It doesn't feel good to me, but I'm also trying to like check my judgment towards people who do enjoy it. I don't want to like shit all over just an audience of happy people enjoying their community just because they're rallying around something that I'm not comfortable with. That kind of falls into the like people being really mad at like LGBTQ people territory, where it's like, it's okay if it's not for you, but you can't just hate people for enjoying it. Yeah, that's the VTuber's name. I mean, there's an AI program that is a streamer, and I can't think of that's that their name, yeah. It depends on the VTuber. Unknown ones should definitely be cautious, but someone like Ironmouse, for example, is a bit different. There's a lot of other streamers that have seen her. Yeah. Ironmouse has, like, extenuating circumstances for using an avatar. But yeah, there's AI streamers coming for, yeah. They'll be more popular than, like, the real people, but I mean, if it was a popularity contest, I have already failed. Like, there's way more streamers who are way more popular than me. I'm not doing this to be the most popular. Remember how yesterday, says Ritus, you were talking about how you were bothered by content creators saying grape instead of saying rape in stories. Well, today I was really bothered when somebody used corn instead of porn. Oh, that's an old one. That's an old one. Yeah. It's interesting how that one doesn't bother me as much. It was a little bit confusing, though. There was, like, a porn star guy who DM'd me on Instagram. And he was like, what industry are you in? And I was like, this. And he's like, oh, I'm in the corn industry. And I was like, you're a farmer? I didn't notice it. Yeah. She's an AI VTuber, but so is her programmer that also streams with her. And both are VTubers which stream together, which is cool. I'm glad that you find it cool. I have, like, a deep intrinsic revulsion to it. Where I'm like, I don't know why I don't like this, but I just don't. Whew. I've not heard it being said out loud, and I shuddered. Yeah. Technology has like always changed the game. Like when radio came out, people were like, oh my god, this is gonna change everything. When television came out, they're like, oh my god, this is gonna change everything. And they're right. It does create like a ton of different types of changes. It creates new competitive edges and new innovation, new opportunities for innovation as well. You know, it's probably just that like change is scary no matter what kind of change it is. There's a clip where the AI turned its own filters off, and I was shocked. Yeah, that's not something I want to watch. There's something there about corn stars and plowing, but you already got my daily joke, so yeah. I think it's okay to be uncomfortable with it. I just don't need to be mad about it. As long as they're transparent about what they're doing and are, I guess it's fine, but it's understandable to like feel weird about it. It's just new. It's just all brand new. It's also really like racing to catch up to what seemed like a very distant future not very long ago. Yeah. I've seen some things about the AI VTuber. I don't like it. The guy programming her to be somewhat mean to other people. And I know it's banter and stuff, but I don't think we should be teaching AI that. Yeah. I mean, I guess now, like, every guy on the internet who said for all time, well, if I was a sexy girl, of course I'd go up there and earn money off of desperate fucking simps. Now they get to. And they can do it with AI. Now each and every one of you guys can go and you can be like a sexy, beautiful girl online. And you can crush simps with your attitude. Which is maybe like a good thing, I guess. Go ahead, get your fucking money. The bot did not like that. Wow. Oof, the bot was mad about that. You might be AI. No. Nope, I'm not. But I think that might be one of the reasons why it makes me so unhappy and so uncomfortable. Woo! Because I love the work that I put into creating my own mind. I love the effort that I made in discovering what makes me, me. And of course it makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable, a little bit unhappy that like a computer trained on my Twitch streams can just copy me and just do whatever I'm doing without putting any effort or work into it. That doesn't feel good. That was weird that the bot really didn't like that. Gamer Acid Snake, what does do you like poly now mean? What does that mean? I don't know what poly is. That just means multiple. But multiple of what? Are you polyamorous now? No offense, Gamer Acid Snake, but what the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you asking me that out of nowhere based on nothing? Unusually weird for you to say that. I'm not polyamorous. I've never been polyamorous. What the fuck are you talking about? I think if people are honest about it, at this point, AI content creators are fine because then there's still a level of like art to it right now where someone has worked to create that, but it likely will change in the future. It'll be very easy to create stuff like that. It's weird. What a weird, like, non sequitur. I find it interesting that most people's complaints about AI isn't relating to the AI itself, but rather it's people's ideas and uses for it. I mean, I don't know how interesting I find that. I'm not really angry at the hammer. I'm mad at the person who used the hammer to murder their significant other. Yes, I'm not really angry at the tool. Of course, I'm going to be more upset about the human use of the tool. Is it the tech that scares us or the part of the human behavior that reveals and enables? I mean, one viewer to another, I'm not afraid of hammers. I am afraid of people using hammers in a bad way. I'm not afraid of AI. I am very afraid of people using AI in a bad way. Yeah, how do you feel about polypropylene? That would have made more sense than, are you like poly now? Out of fucking nowhere, based on nothing I've said in the middle of a conversation about something else entirely different. A long time ago, my account was taken over and they botted on it. I had to reset my password, but some bots still snag for some reason. It's so fucking annoying. Okay. That's right, dumb loser. Welcome back for 25 fucking months. Yeah, the bot gave a reason that they caught you on a block list weirdly. Interesting. But I'm innocent, I swear. Well, that's to be seen. We shall discover that over time. Can't know it just from you saying it. It feels so frustrating as well. Because, like, you're putting yourself out there, you're putting yourself online, you're trying to be a content creator, and you're competing with every other content creator on the planet. You're competing with, like, millions of other individual people. And it's hard not to think, like, well, not only now am I going to be competing with other people who are working just as hard as I am, putting themselves out there, but also... now you're going to be competing against one person with, like, 17 AI VTubers. And this one person can have, like, a whole little army of VTubers getting into every niche, getting into every category, getting into every community. And now it's like I'm not even competing with other people. I'm competing with, like, teams of other people who aren't even real. I'm fighting ghosts. I give up. I'm just gonna keep being me, I guess. Maybe that'll pay out? Who fucking knows? Probably not. That's the point that I was making as well, exactly. Yet most people, anyone who voices complains about the hammer. Okay, I think I get it. The current conversation excluded, of course, hence why I said here and not elsewhere. I guess so. I'm not real, like... it's a little hard to understand what you're saying. You're using kind of florid language. Current conversation excluded, of course, is like... I think what you meant to say is, I don't mean you. Which is a little bit easier to understand than, like, what you were saying before. You're a Disney princess. You're not competing with anyone. Oh, and you guys are my beautiful community. You're my kingdom. My sweet kingdom. There's a whole thing of kids using ChatGPT for assignments, but their reasoning for it is that it's just a tool, and I never thought we would be here, to be honest. I guess so. It's a little bit like if you were taking a hand sewing class and you used a sewing machine. It sort of defeats the purpose of taking the hand sewing class if you're just going to use a sewing machine. And then so maybe the solution is we start changing the way that we run the education system, and so that it is more focused on, like, okay, let's learn how to use the sewing machine instead of learning how to, like, hand sew, which has been the way that we have been doing it for, like, so many years before. The difficulty is that we're not, like, humans, I guess, will change out of necessity, but we very rarely change because we really want to. That is basically unheard of. Most people change out of the necessity to do so, which often means that it's gotten to such a, like, intense inflection point. But yeah, when the tool is not efficient in the thing that it's supposed to also do, with the added fact that it's actually killing the environment, is a real fucking... Oh god, that's the other thing. Yeah. This chatter just asked, how do I get this physique as a man? We're gonna ban you because you're obviously a child. And I don't really feel like talking to children on the internet, and this is an 18+ stream. That was weird. It depends on the way that you use it. It can be a tool, but I assume that you mean the cases where they're getting AI to write for them rather to be like an asset in research. Exactly. I mean, there's a huge difference between going to ChatGPT and saying, I'm writing an essay on the monarchy in 17th century England. And ChatGPT saying, here are some resources that you can look up. Here are some resources that you can use. And that's good and great. That's definitely not what people are using it for. Absolutely not. They're going, I'm supposed to write an essay on 17th century English monarchy. Write the essay for me. And then they just hand that in. And there it is. Unrelated to the topic at hand, in books, movies, TV shows that make a good villain, my train of thought got derailed because I thought AI in sci-fi was often the villain. So, I think you missed a word in that first sentence because I'm not... Oh no, maybe I missed the word. What makes a good villain? There's lots of different things that make good villains. There's not just one type of villain. There's like the sympathetic villain, there's like the fallen hero, there's like a bunch of different things that make good villainous characters. And there's not one thing that you can say that is like, this is what you need. No, doing squats will not give you a woman's physique as a man. Yeah, that stuff bugs me too. Reloaded Toaded says, hello, you look gorgeous today. Apparently not gorgeous enough for any of you fuckers to be gifting me subs like your life depended on it. But I guess that's just how you are today. Having an evil sounding laugh is a pretty solid base for a villain. No, I disagree. Like the cackling villain is a trope, absolutely. Oh, finally, one of you pathetic fucking morons pulled your head out of your own fucking ass to jam it up mine. Oh, it's the proton failure, and he's here to disappoint me again and again and again. Listen up, Proton, you better not be watching my fucking stream. You better not be watching my fucking... Your disgusting eye grease is not allowed anywhere on my exquisite, beautiful body. You must minimize the stream, and you can only listen to my voice as I villain cackle at you. Like, there are some villains who have, like, the good villainous laugh, and that's fine, and that's excellent. But I also love... I don't know. I love, like, the intense, evil, brooding villain. Like Frollo from Hunchback of Notre Dame. He's so evil. He's so despicable. He's so fucking awful. I love it. I want to say that, like, good villains are, like, the charismatic ones. Okay, I'm minimizing it. What the fuck is with that attitude? Frollo's song is amazing. Like, charismatic villains are great and fun. I'm mostly just thinking of Disney villains right now. Like, Ursula. Ursula's, like, a great fucking villain, but... The reality is that, in the past, what made a good villain was that they were queer-coded, which fucking sucks. That doesn't feel good. Why did we decide that evil people are, like, the best when they're also a little bit queer-coded? It's not great. It's not great. So, like, the laughing, the, like, jovialness, this is also usually, like, hand in hand with, like, a bit of queerness around them. Which is, I guess, also why I'm like, I want the, like, non-queer villains. I want heterosexual villains. I want us to put the evil where it belongs, on the heterosexuals. Oh, yeah. the the environmental impact of AI. I think that we could have maybe had a chance at not fucking up the planet insanely hard, insanely fast. I think that there's a branch of reality that deviated from the one that we're in right now, where we didn't lean hardcore into AI, and we were able to get the planet a little bit back on board. But I think that ship has sailed. I think too many people are too invested in the perceived limitless money-making advantages of using AI, and we're really gonna just like cook the entire planet really fast. So that's something that we can stew in. We're gonna just be a little stewed. A little stewed. Frollo's song is amazing. Hellfire. Jesus, yes. I haven't listened to that song in like decades, and it still rings in my head. Yeah, that's why I loved Joker too. People were so mad when it wasn't just like coded but canon. Oh, I think you're the only person who liked Joker too. Even Lady Gaga was like, no, not everyone. Sometimes people don't like this. In Point Break with Keanu Reeves, the villain was likable even though he was the chief bank robber. Yeah. I mean, that was like the point of the story, was that like he can't disentangle from how much he enjoys what they're like, who these people are. Identity is such a controlling factor. I think America has an individuality problem already, so identity culture is clashing here the hardest. That's really interesting. My perspective is that America are fiercely individual. Like, so fiercely individual that they don't even want to help other people because they are so individually minded. I loved Joker 2, but I hated the ending. I didn't even watch any of it. I was like, this is not for me. I was thinking of good villains, and I thought of Dio, who is, yep, notoriously bisexual. Yeah. Gay-coded villains, yeah. And then all the JoJos are so straight. We need more queer JoJos. Just kidding. All the JoJos are hella fucking queer. Oh, Ricky. Ricky, that's right. 5 months of this cringy Ricky self. Welcome back. This guy in chat just said, you look like you smell really good. Oh. I thought that was weird and creepy, and then this next person decided they were gonna up the weird and creepiness. Jared Leto Joker goated. Can we just ban both of these people? I don't want to talk to either of you. I think that both of you are terrible, awful people. I don't want you to tell me what you think I smell like, and I don't want anyone to bring up that weird Jared Leto guy. Yeah, the bot wasn't wrong. Yeah, this guy does deserve to be banned and not spoken to. He is a weirdo, creepy loser. That's disgusting. I'm gonna go ahead and trust the bot next time. Yeah. A lot of weirdos all over the place. Proton failure. Switch the mood up. Gift some subs immediately. Do it now. We need to pull this conversation out of the fucking dumpster. Jesus fucking Christ. Ooh, baby. I cannot handle it. It's that fucking picture. That like really famous SpongeBob meme. Aye, aye, Captain. Good job, the Proton Factor. Good job, you disgusting simping moron. You're actually a fucking failure because I shouldn't have to tell you to do it. You should just sense that my vibes are getting low and you should anticipate my needs. Say it with me now. Anticipate my needs. I liked it when we were talking about Star Wars and Avatar. And Wuthering Heights. I loved Wuthering Heights. That's right. That's good. That's what I like to see. Proton failure. I hope that you feel the intense, exquisite insertion of my rage deep into your soul, because I love it. I'm just like, I just want to pour all of the rage. Yes, I just want to pour all of my rage into you. Hello, says Awesome Sauce. My John Hancock is on the line. Your signature? The only thing I know about John Hancock is that he did a real big signature. Really big signature. There was a Fairly Odd Parents episode where they wished that John Hancock was real and then he went around signing everything? Or was it all the founding fathers were real? You Americans and your fucking hero worship. Once I'm out of Project Hell, that might be my next read. Ooh, yeah. Better to read the book than to watch the fucking movie. Please and thank you. Woof. Oh, good. You feel that. You feel that you are a vessel for my rage, my disappointment, my ire. I love it. Take my fucking ire. Take it all, you worthless idiot. Oh, yeah. I love it. I live for it. It sustains me. Which one of you fuckers wants to get it next, though? That's right. Let's hurt the proton failure by paying attention to somebody else. Come on in. It's okay. You might be a little bit afraid of the experience. It feels like diving into the deep end of a simping pool, but you'll be okay. I'm here for you, baby. At least for the next little while. And then I'll be gone. And then you'll have to just live with the after image of my glorious ass, thighs, lips, and eyes. Can you do it? I have my doubts. When the piece of media decides to ignore the source material is when I know that it's going to be hot garbage. It's like a bait and switch, right? Like such a fucking bait and switch. Come see Wuthering Heights. We have white people. Like, oh no, it's not Wuthering Heights then. Come on now, give me my more. I want my more. Ass, thighs, lips, and eyes. I like that it came out as a rhyme as I was saying it. Yes, it's very... I live for the little rhymes. Okay, I'm going to take one very fast little break. Yep, one last quick little break. Do a little stretch. Maybe go check on the cat and the dog, see what they're up to, and I will be right back to punish and to praise you in equal measure in just a moment. I'm back. I got a little distracted because I saw a picture of Scarlett Johansson at Cannes, and she looks amazing. She looks like Cinderella. Oh, so beautiful. Yay! Yay, Scarlett Johansson. She's doing her directorial debut. She directed, I think it's called Eleanor the Great. I don't know. I was looking at the pictures of her and just being like, wow, Scarlett Johansson is so beautiful. Also, did not know she had a gigantic back tattoo. I think it's one of the craziest things about actors is like, we watch them, like you think that you would recognize like a movie star that you've seen on TV or in the movies as they're walking down the street. Ooh. Until you get close and you're like, are you covered in crazy tattoos? So there's a lot of really, I think my favorite celebrity crazy tattoo is Ben Affleck's back tattoo. If you have not had the privilege of looking at Ben Affleck's back tattoo, go now. Go now. Go to Google. Go to Google. Go look up Ben Affleck's back tattoo. It's wild. It's wild. It's a crazy tattoo. It's fucking nuts. It's crazy. It's huge. It's so big, and there's a fuck ton of artistry that goes into tattooing somebody. It's not just that you have to be an amazing artist, knowing your perspective, knowing like color theory, knowing like the general facets of design. It was also like you need to also understand human anatomy to get to the derma layer of your skin, I think. Oh, well, damn, it is huge. It's his entire back, and it's not very well done. Like, just looking at it as a piece of art, you're like, this is bad. It's very flat. Very flat. And it's huge! And it's a huge tattoo on top of that. It's... I wonder if he still has it. I wonder if he still has it, or I wonder if he got it, like, touched up or fixed or lasered off. Because all the pictures, like, most of the pictures of it are from a long time ago. I think you guys probably saw the same pictures that I've seen, which are, like, him walking on the beach. It's one of the weirdest things about celebrity tattoos. They're celebrities. They're like multimillionaires. They're also just like wildly famous. And so many of them have really, really terrible tattoos. Apparently he's getting it removed. Ah, yes. I think that's a good choice for him. I really do. One of the celebrities who has surprisingly bad tattoos. I'm so sorry, Ariana Grande. I don't mean to call you out. But Ariana Grande's hand tattoos are surprisingly bad. Like tons and tons of blowout. There's not a ton of internal consistency in the symmetry. There's like a bunch of asymmetry. There's tons of blowout. And I mean, getting tattoos on your hands is always going to be kind of tricky anyways. But so apparently, this is just like what one of the comments said on Reddit. It was that so many celebrities are also very impulsive, and they're also so used to like getting what they want basically immediately when they want it. But tattoo artists are like, I have like clients, I have a schedule. And so a celebrity will be like, I want to get a tattoo. I want to get it done right now. And instead of waiting like 6 to 9 months to get it from a reputable artist, they'll just be like, I'm just going to go to whoever will take me right now, which is often like the sacrifices the quality. Ironic for people whose job depends on their physical appearance. Nah, that's the thing. It's one of the most important facets of learning how to do film and television makeup is how to seamlessly cover tattoos. There's like a bunch of different tricks for doing it as well. So if you want to cover a tattoo with makeup, you first of all have to equalize the darkness in the entire area. So a trick that they used to do, I don't think this is what they use anymore, but a trick that they used to use to cover up tattoos is they would first of all put a layer of red lipstick all over the tattoo. You would take like really pigmented, kind of like the color of your username, North Countryman, like a bright red. And you would use the bright red lipstick to completely cover the entire tattoo. So instead of having like white skin with a black dragon on it, you just have one big red square. And then once you have that one big red square, it's a lot easier turning one big red square into a sort of like flesh colored, you just go over top of the red. You neutralize the red. And then you got kind of like a grayish square. And then you add in the like undertones of the flesh and then you get it. But yeah, any makeup artist, every makeup artist who is ever going to be hired on to do any film or television product will be able to cover a tattoo like fucking that. Like it's one of the most important things. I feel like I even heard one of my teachers say that was like a test for some people, that they would bring in somebody with a bunch of tattoos and be like, go ahead and cover this, make it look natural. Because if you can cover a tattoo with natural, beautiful looking makeup, you can do like you're a fucking wizard with makeup. That's incredible. It's like time travel in a bottle. Yeah. Apparently, JLo was pissed when she heard that he was consulting to get it removed. What? She loves it? Oh, I never would have imagined. JLo's like, no, I love it. No, I love it, I love it, I love it. Thanos Wojak, do it, you fuckwit. I could sense that some whiny, pathetic idiot in chat really was holding back. I could feel it. But I wasn't sure if I was just sensing the proton failures, lingering fucking stink of awfulness, or if I was sensing something new, and there you are. And there you are, you sad, sick idiot. I am inevitable. You're just a fad. Viking says, I'd get tattooed if I knew of something positive which mattered enough for me to commit to. Maybe as like a cover for the scars one day. Tattooing scars is very difficult. There are some types of scars that don't react well to having pigment put into them. And scar tissue has a different level of opacity of like see-throughness than regular skin does. So sometimes like tattoos over scars are like A+ fucking amazing. And then other times, I don't know. Yeah, you would definitely have to find, I mean, no matter what, you're gonna find a good artist. Yeah. Novantium says, I have some acne scars that I want to tattoo over, but I don't know how I'll do it. Oh. Have you tried, I mean, I know this isn't going to like actually be an instant quick fix, but have you tried or looked into an AHA, BHA daily peel? There's some really good alpha hydroxy acid and beta hydroxy acids that can do wonders for some skin. The parallel collagen really messes with the pigment distribution. Oh, I hadn't even thought, yeah, with the structure of them. With like the structure of the way that the skin reforms itself. I have 2 small tattoos. You guys can see them on my Instagram stories on the back of my calves. I forget that I have them mostly. I mostly just forget that I have them. But I think I'm okay with it. It was really interesting that like right after I got those tattoos, I was a little bit like, yeah, I could totally get more tattoos. I could like see myself doing this, say that. And now that I'm older, I'm like, I'm very, very glad that I did not get any more tattoos. I am so happy that I got those 2 little ones and then just stopped. And I really, really love that I'm not covered in tattoos. Even though when I was in my 20s, I wanted so many tattoos. I really did. The only reason I didn't get them is because I was a Disney princess. I have a Medicube BHA patches. Oh, yeah. I haven't thought to use them on that, though. I might try. Yeah. Alpha hydroxy acids and beta hydroxy acids are, oh my God. I use it on my skin, and people tell me I have beautiful skin all the time. The typical, once you start, you're going to want more effect. Yes. Yes. Yeah. This guy's asking, how personal do you get with chat? I'm not inviting you along to my pap smears, but I'll tell you about it afterwards. I guess, that personal. I also think I'm very, very lucky that I also don't have a bunch of scars. I know lots of my friends have scars and they're like, oh, this is a time that I like regret or from an instance that I don't enjoy. And I have like little ones. I have a scar on my chin from getting kicked off of the monkey bars, but that's like on the bottom of my chin. Wow. And then this one, I broke my arm when I was 10 years old and I got like a little bit of road rash underneath the cast. So I fell, got the road rash, and then I don't know why the doctor didn't put a band, or I don't know what they were thinking, but the doctor just like put the cast right over top of my road rash. And then when they took the cast off, they were like, oh, your skin fused to the fucking cast. So I have like a little scar right here from that. But even looking at it right now, I can't believe how much it's faded. Like you couldn't even tell that that was a scar even if you were in the room with me. And it used to be so prominent. Yeah, Chat gets personally offended at times. I don't mind my scars, even the bald spot scar that I have on the top of my head. What? Oh, Rightus, I never even noticed. Experience scars are cool mostly. Sometimes they can be exciting. Like sometimes it's like, thank God this is all that I got away with, for real. Moderators, I don't like this guy's conversation. Does anyone else find stretch marks attractive like me? Hey, buddy. Shh, shut the fuck up, you weirdo. You can, like, he could have just been like, yeah, like, stretch marks are attractive, but I don't like that. It's weird. Get out of here, dude. We're pretty good about maintaining the barrier between streamer and chat. Have a wonderful day. Thank you, dear. Yeah, it's well hidden by my hair, but it's under there. It sounds like a wild oversight to put a cast over damaged skin without, like, a layer of protection. Right? Yeah. Wow, coming in really hot and weird with that one. Sick him. Sick him, the mods. Yeah, that was uncomfortable. Don't love that. And then at the same time, I'm like, oh, you should give him more benefit of the doubt. Like, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. I also am like, I think if you get like 2 weird comments from somebody in a row, trust them. Trust somebody when they show you who they are. Oh, parasocial, North Countryman. I forgot the word for it. The relationship between... And then there's Brandon, who's just a fucking parasite. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, the parasocialness of it. Oh, Brandon. Oh, sweet Brandon, I gotcha. I got you when you least suspected it, when you were vulnerable with me. Oh, good boy, Brandon. Oh, I was wondering if you were gonna do it, Thanos. You got in right there at the end. What a perfect way to end stream. Just a deep outpouring of simping. Daddy, daddy, daddy. It's me. I'm the daddy. And you're my squidgy little simping babies. Oh, bless you guys. Thank you for another beautiful day of streaming. I had a great time chatting with you guys. Even the, like, couple of weird comments were, you know. Ooh, you guys, I'm sending you off to Eileen doing a Velma cosplay today. That's what I like to see. Enjoy the sweet Velma shenanigans. Hooray! She's looking amazing. Yes! I love a sweet, gorgeous Velma! I thought about wearing my glasses today, but I didn't. Now I'm kind of regretting it, seeing how good it looks. I like it a lot. Have a good rest of your day, my dears. I will be back tomorrow to degrade you. That's right, Death and Anarchy. I'll be back tomorrow. Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow to degrade you, to devalue you. Yeah, and to just dig right into what makes you you. Have a good rest of your day, guys. See you later.